everybody. Welcome to week 9, Packers versus Rams. Game's going to get going in just a couple minutes, but in the meantime, while they're still figuring themselves out, getting going, I do have an injury update for you. The inactives list is out there. Hello, Janelle. Long time no talk. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here, Janelle. So for the Packers inactives, in case you haven't seen the news yet, Rudy Ford, Quay Walker, the two starters that entered this game questionable, neither one is actually going to be playing for the Green Bay Packers today. They are both out. Rudy Ford with the calf injury, Quay Walker with his groin injury. In addition to that, Brenton Cox Jr., he's out today. Caleb Jones out today. They're just inactive. They're healthy, but they're inactive. And then last, Samori Toure, in an interesting decision for the Packers, Malik Heath Jr. is active. Samori Toure inactive. He's a healthy scratch for the first time in a long time. So the Packers trying to change up something down the depth chart at the wide receiver position. Hello, Chris. How you doing, man? It is game day. Today, I don't know. I feel people more positive. I feel people happier. Like it's time to reverse course. It's like this is a get right game. It feels like in some ways. So maybe we're all just ready to get hurt again, but the vibes are feeling a little bit more happy than they've been as of recent. Hello to Scott. How you doing today, Scott? Oh yeah, eager to get going in this game. Looks like a pretty nice weather day in Green Bay. Just a little overcast, but certainly a nice enough day. Janelle saying, I just want to see improvement. I understand. Like that's the thing, right? Is they've been so stuck like in neutral now for weeks. It's become downright predictive, at least the last 3 weeks in a row. If though, like my contention has been, if they can play an entire game like they play the second half, then they stand a chance in probably almost any game remaining on their schedule. But that has been such an incredibly tall order for them that they just cannot figure out the Rubik's Cube that is first half success. In terms of Rams inactives, just want to let you know, Matthew Stafford, quarterback for the Rams, he is indeed out with his thumb injury. That means that Brett Rippon is going to be filling in. Yes, it is pronounced Rippon, not like I said in the pregame preview that I did. Someone pointed out to me that it's not Ripien, it's actually Rippon. That's should have looked at Rams content for that. That's my bad. But anyway, so Brett Rippon now is going to be quarterback for the Rams today. I would expect a ton, especially against the Packers zone. Use Puka, use Cup, dink and dunk, dink and duck all the way down the field for the Rams. So the Packers are going to have to tighten up those zones. If they play like they did last week with the super spaced out deep zone, it could be a long afternoon. Bruce, hello. Yes, let's turn the corner today. Amen. Like Hebbles, I'm ready to be hurt again. Let's go. Pack by 10. Oh, yeah, right. Got to build up those expectations a little bit. And then Chris saying, speaking of the Rams, I used to joke with my Unk friends here in NC and say, if God was a Rams fan, he wouldn't have given Abraham the ram. Chris getting biblical on this Sunday. Well, I don't know. It does feel like it's time, right? Like, I mean, we've seen all the mental mistakes we've seen from the Packers. You know, like, how much lower can you go, really? I mean, besides playing all 4 quarters like trash. But it just feels like one of these times things are going to click and the mental mistakes are going to ease and the drops are going to ease. And then all of a sudden the team will be successful. It feels weird because they feel really, really far away from that and yet also really close to that all simultaneously. So continuing on with the inactives for the Rams, Matthew Stafford, quarterback, he's out. Myles Gaskin, one of their depth running backs, they chose to make him inactive today. So Darrell Henderson is going to be the main ball carrier for them. Royce Freeman in a kind of a backup capacity. Ernest Jones, their leading tackler on the defensive side of the ball, he is out today. We knew that one was coming, but still, that's a big loss in the middle of the Rams defense. And then their right tackle, Rob Havenstein, he is out today as well. That is a big blow to the offensive line, and you'd hope to see Rashawn Gary go eat against a backup right tackle. So like Kebble's saying, Donald being used as a pseudo edge rusher is weird and kind of terrifying. Yeah, and it's not the first time the Rams have done this. Like historically, they've done this quite a bit. I think part of it is this year they're feeling more comfortable kicking Donald out at a higher frequency because they really like the rookie that they have in at their true nose tackle. So then they can kick Donald out and get him in more advantageous matchups, have him shoot gaps more often, etc. But the breakdown was really, really fascinating about just how often he's kicking out to being directly over a tackle. Even his snaps outside of the tackle is even higher than his snap count in the A gap, which is fascinating. And yeah, I'm inclined to agree, kind of terrifying. For the Packers, it probably works out well that he's got to go against the tackles and not the interior. So that may work out to the Packers' benefit. We'll just see. This could also be a game where the Rams say, we'd like to go after John Runyon Jr. Let's kick him inside. I wouldn't be shocked by that in the least. We're just going to have to see what approach they officially use today. So, yeah, ready to get underway with Packers versus Rams. There you see the temp, 52 degrees, 54% humidity, southeast wind at 8 miles an hour on a cloudy day at the Lambeau Field. So if you do happen to live in the Green Bay area, I just figured I would plug one little thing. On Saturday mornings of home games for the Packers, they always bring in alumni, and they do free autographs and meet and greets. It's really neat. I went yesterday morning, and I met Tremont Williams, of all people. He was there, signed free autographs, did a couple pictures, at least, of people, and then Lane Taylor was there as well. It's a really, really neat event. If you're in the Green Bay area, I would plug that. Go check that out if you ever have the means for a Packer home game. So here is Sean McVay. I know they already showed LaFleur and McVay doing a gigantic smile and hug and all the stuff that they always show when these two go up against each other since they're such good friends. And then, of course, you on the Rams side, you also have baby LaFleur. Mike LaFleur is the offensive coordinator for the Rams since leaving the Jets last year. So LaFleur against LaFleur. Battle of the wits today going on in this game. So Carlson with the kickoff, and Carlson boots it to the midpoint of the end zone. They're not going to return it. Rams taking the touchback. They're going to be starting off at the 25. Yes, Brett Rippon. From the little bit of scouting reports that are out there on him, as you can see, it's only his 4th career start. He does have a good arm, and he can be accurate. It's a lot of decision-making problems for him, and he will give you 1 or 2 that you can make plays on. So my concern here is if they go complete dink and dunk and the Packers stay way back, it could be death by 1,000 paper cuts again against Green Bay. So we're just going to have to see. Rippon lining up under center for first down there at the 25. And he takes the snap, and first snap of the game is a handoff, and Darrell Henderson with the carry gaining about 4 yards. Like I was saying, funny how the Rams also wanted Rodgers in the summer of honesty, but only Kyle and Matt are icy. Yeah, I think I have a feeling, just like given what normally looks like interpersonal skills, Sean was probably a little kinder in his ask versus Kyle. That's just 1,000,000% speculation. I think Kyle was probably a little pushy. Now they're going kind of a modified pistol shotgun. He takes the snap, and it's a quick throw out to the right, but it's off target. Puka can't come up with it. That's going to make it 3rd and 5 for the Los Angeles Rams. Commando G-Man, let's go time. Amen. It is time to get going in this game. And the defense, hey, first 2 snaps, not too shabby. I really, honestly hate the absences of Rudy Ford and Quay Walker today, especially. Against an offense that can dink and dunk so well. Those are 2 guys you don't want out. And yet, they're out. Just kind of the Packers' injury luck this year. 3rd and 5 in shotgun. Brett does take the snap, drops back, delivers to the left side of the field. That's complete to Puka. Jair in coverage. First down, Rams, gain of 7 or 8. Just enough to get the first. Owens Owens came over on safety help. Looked like Jair was right on Puka, but maybe he was expecting safety help. I don't know. Whatever. Packers sideline also looking like they wanted a push off. Who the freak knows at this point? Rams taking the snap, handing it off to Darrell Henderson, who's got to cut back to the right, and that's a couple yard gain. Janelle, that was a push off by the receiver. Okay, thank you. So that's why the Packers sideline looked particularly inflamed at what was going on there. Also explains why Jair was a good 2-3 steps away from Puka. So thank you, Janelle. 2nd and 4 now for the Rams. Gain of 6 on the carry for Henderson. Again, under center for Rippin. Packers with 3 down linemen, 2 edge on the side as well. And it's another handoff for the Rams, another carry for Henderson, who gets about to the first down and then is pushed backward. I think he's going to come up just short. That's my guess. And the thing with Henderson, like, he was unemployed for the vast majority of the year. Wasn't on any active rosters. And then all of a sudden, Kieran Williams goes down for the Rams, and they call up old friend Darrell Henderson to come in, and they've just kind of handed the bulk of the carries over to him in the last 2 weeks. And it certainly looks like it's going to be the case again today. 3rd and inches now for the Rams. Packers have got to stop this eventually. Under 5 on the play clock. Snap, and it's an end around. It's an end around. And it goes nowhere. That's a loss. Jair with the tackle in amongst a few others. That's a loss. It's going to be 4th down for the Rams. Yeah, Packers defense read that one like a book. So there it is, the end around. Nixon tried to make a play, what was blocked out of his socks, but Jair was right there, and then McDuffie helped to finish off the tackle. Nicely done. Packers going to get the ball back. Ethan Evans, 16th in the NFL in net punt average. Perfectly average. So much of this Rams team is so perfectly average in so many ways. There's the punt for Evans. It goes a little wayward, and it's fair caught by Jaden Reed at the 16-yard line. Chris Hand saying end around equals end of fail. You know, like, it's a nice wrinkle to have in the playbook, but it feels like teams are beginning to call it so often that it's becoming increasingly predictable. So it's not serving the purpose that it once did. But if you can trick the defense, if you get quality on it, if you get a lane, then it can go for a big play, but it's becoming almost overused. And then there we had a holding penalty on the return. That was fair caught, so I don't know why you'd hold on that, but the Packers got to back themselves up a little bit as they prepare to take offense for the first time. Special teams penalties have been a massive problem for this team. Packers now leading the NFL. They are the most penalized team in the NFL, which you do kind of expect for a young team, but not to this degree. 7.4 penalties per game are being called on the Packers to this point. A good chunk of them on the offensive line and special teams. Those seemingly are the biggest offenders, but just rough, undisciplined play for the Packers quite frequently, as we all know. And it comes back to bite them again, as they did some holding on a fair catch. Yeah, and I got to tell you, sometimes I get asked about Rich Bisaccia and my feelings on him. I think he's a great coach. I do, in the traditional sense of coach. If you go back and look over his history of being a special teams coordinator, going way back, he has very few special teams units in the top 10, in the top 5. And I know part of the reason he's highest paid coordinator or special teams coordinator in the NFL is because he's also assistant head coach for the Packers. That gets you a nice pay bump. But the truth is, Bisaccia as a special teams coach dating long ago has had a number of average units. I think he's a much better motivator, much better coach in that traditional sense than he is actual special teams technician. And I don't wonder if because we've seen the Packers special teams has not exactly gotten markedly better since he's come on. Sure, it's better than the dumpster fire it was, but that ain't saying much. It's gotten baby steps better. I don't wonder if he's a better motivator than he is special teams coordinator. I'm not saying I want him gone by any means. He's beloved, but maybe not the answer, the absolute mess the Packers special teams needed. Scott saying we're the new Raiders. Oh, let's not go that far. Let's not go that far down the hole. That's rough. Packers with the first play. They hand it to Aaron Jones, and it goes nowhere. No game. So let's go to 2nd and 10, shall we? Oof. I do think the Raiders are going to perform well today. I think the cleaning house of Josh McDaniels and how negative, by all accounts, it seemed to grow over there. And then you bring in Antonio Pierce, who's supposedly like this expert motivator. I can see the Raiders doing quite well today. Love in shotgun for 2nd down, 2nd and 9 officially. Love in shotgun. Aaron Jones is running back next to him, and it is a quick throw to Jones. Just nowhere to go. Breaks one tackle, tries to find somewhere. It winds up being a gain of 3 before he's brought down by a collective of Rams. So going to wind up being 3rd and 6 officially, probably still 3rd and 2 freaking long. Happens all the time. One player that was questionable coming into this game for the Rams is Kobe Durant. They're one of their starting corners. He is still active for this game, but he's giving up a quarterback rating of nearly 100 on the year. So the Packers, especially if he's injured, may target him frequently, or they should. 3rd and 7 now. Love taking the snap out of shotgun, dropping back, looking for somebody. And he does indeed find Dontavian Wicks just running a shallow little crosser, and he's able to run across the 1st down. Gain of about 10 gives the Packers a new set of downs. You know what? That's not a 3 and out on the first drive of the game. And that is improvement. We will take it. It's something. But Wicks pretty cleanly gets that 1st down. Maybe I overestimated yardage a little, but nonetheless. 1st down, Jordan Love back under center for this new snap. Aaron Jones, again, the running back in the backfield. Love takes the snap, and it's play action. And again, it's play action. Drop back. Threw it to Jones. Jones got a hand on it. Still about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. And that is an incomplete pass because Jones got a hand on it, and it wasn't caught. I'd like to see a better angle to see if the throw was terrible or if Jones just straight up forgot to close around the ball, because it looked like it was almost a deflection away from Jones, for goodness sakes. Yeah. 2nd and 10 now for Green Bay. Janelle saying small victories. Packers need it. Any little victory they can get. Steps forward is what they need. Commando G-Man, take it. We will indeed. Snap here, and it's kind of it's not an end around, more of like a sweep to Aaron Jones, who's coming out of the slot. But it is indeed successful. Gains about 8, maybe 9. Either way, gets the Packers closer to a 1st down and results in not 3rd and long. Not 3rd and long. Hey, steps again in the right direction. Look at them go. I think it's pretty clear, though, that barring Aaron Jones disappearing for an entire quarter again or anything like that, Matt LaFleur, for once, didn't appear to be lying when he said that they are going to unleash Aaron Jones this week. Keep that going. So it's going to be 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and inches as the chain gang comes out to get an exact measurement here. Dylan is now, I see him in the huddle. So it's either Jones is out or they're going to go with some kind of pony package on 3rd and 1. And that is not a Packers 1st down by the hair on my chinny chin chin. And I can actually say that because I've got hair on my chinny chin chin. Either way, it is short for the 1st. So 3rd and about an inch now for the Packers to get this 1st down. Now what are the refs doing? Repositioning the ball? I guess recentering it. Either way. 3rd and about an inch for Green Bay. 9:03 to go in the 1st. So far, the offense is executing better. I'm just going to keep on it. I still want to see the tempo increased. They don't need to stand at the line until the final few seconds. Just get moving. 3rd and inches. Watson in motion. Love takes the snap, hands it off to the big boy, A.J. Dillon. Yes! Yes, A.J. Dillon. Basically just a halfback dive up the middle, and he pushes his way forward, gains 2, maybe 3. Either way, it's plenty for a first down. That is 2 first downs on this opening drive, as Janelle points out. 2 firsts. Yes, indeedy. It's progress. It's progress. It's something. There you see it. 8 3-and-out drives in the first quarter this season. Too freaking many, and only 1 touchdown. Packers still only with the ball, in spite of all the movement, still only on the 30. Here's a carry for A.J. Dillon, gaining about 5 on first down. Should set him up with a relatively favorable second down, 2nd and 5 or so. Out goes Dillon, who presumed Jones is coming back in. But just, I want to see him get moving. That's the thing. And Chris agrees. Something about the fast tempo and efforts makes the mindset of the defense unbalanced too. Now you see me, now you don't type thing. Yeah, and I'll expound on that in a minute. There's a lot of reasons I want to see them move quicker. And I think they'd be well suited, but they just seem so hesitant. Carry for Jones. Jones gains most of the way to the first, but Aaron Donald meets him before the first down line. They're going to wind up being a yard or 2 short. So we are going to have a third down here. And we talked about Aaron Donald, right? And there he is between the tackle and guard, pushing his way over from Yash and Jenkins to make sure that he meets Aaron Jones. Yeah, he is just so freaking good. Even at this point in his career, he continues to just be one of the best. And there again, lining up between the guard and tackle. They do not line him up over the center. They just don't. 3rd and 1, handoff to Jones. Jones is pulled backward. He looked like he got to about the line of scrimmage, then get yanked backward by Byron Young, the rookie edge rusher for the Rams. And Packers are lining up. They might be going for this on 4th. It's 4th. It's 4th and a full yard. But they're lining up. Love under center. Oh, Musgrave in motion. We got bodies moving around. Love dictating things at the line. 6 on the play. Love, QB sneaks. Whoo! There's a flag. Son of a... Bless it. I mean, like, Love, it was a QB sneak, and Love did his job. He squirted right through. Looked like he got the first. Now let's find out what the freak the flag is. Offense on... Wait, offsides on the offense? Yeah, Yash. What? Anybody see what in the hell they're talking about? Like, on that replay, like, granted, I have the sound pretty much off, but like, I certainly didn't look like Yash moved anywhere. So the Packers wind up punting, and it is returned, and he's tackled at about the 25. Okay, so Janelle, you're saying it might have been Runyon, actually? Maybe they said that on the telecast. Did he just lean too far forward, Janelle? Do you know? Like, I don't know. I'm at a loss. I didn't see much. Maybe Runyon like leaned a little bit, and they're going to get him on that, but ticky, tack. And yeah, I've been saying it for weeks. Like, when the Raiders player like pulled down, horse collared to save a touchdown a couple weeks ago, and then there were other penalties and just dirty play. The Packers aren't doing great. You don't got to pay the refs to beat them. You don't got to cheat to beat them. And yet we see this couple things like this every week. So I don't know. Commando, what the? I don't know. Like Hebbles, when your provider says I should see the game, but in fact I does not. So your details are appreciated. Good. Thank you, like Hebbles. And I try to do play-by-play, try to like really get detailed in the game. That's kind of what I've embraced with these watch parties. And then also answer comments. It's one of the benefits of being smaller and not having 40,000 comments all the time. because I'm trying to provide a window into the game for people who can't watch it. So very, very, very happy that I could do that for you today, like Kevels. Janelle, I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know what they called, but I do know it cost the Packers a first down, and that's some bullcrap. Commando G-Man, linemen in league constantly in backfield on pass plays. Don't you dare be up on the line for runs. Yeah. I don't know. I'm at a loss. I don't know what that penalty was. So I guess commercial is a good time to go talk about what Chris was talking about in why I think the Packers should be utilizing up tempo. And it's for one, a few different reasons. Like one, okay, if you are like specifically if you're going no huddle, if you don't substitute, then the defense can't substitute, right? Okay, that's just one of the basics of football. But beyond that, just strategically speaking, the Packers have an extremely athletic offense, even their linemen included. They pick agile and quick offensive linemen. The entire Packers offense is very athletically gifted. So, what I don't want to get into with a whole bunch of young players on offense is I don't want to get into a chess match, which is what I feel like LaFleur has constantly setting up the Packers to do. Constantly playing the game of, all right, what position are we in? We're going to call this play call to go against what they do. And if they show this, then Jordan, you go to this. And it's so much thinking when you've got a group of young athletes, just have them go play ball. And there's more to it. Maybe I got to talk about this at halftime as the game is going on again here. Rippon lining up under center for the Rams. And it's another handoff, this one not to Darrell Henderson. This one probably Royce Freeman, if I can catch his number there. Yeah, Royce Freeman. So I think there's tons of reasons, but for whatever reason, the Packers just seem terrified to do it because they think that the players are, they've essentially alluded to the fact that the players are going to screw up more, that there's going to be more mental mistakes. I think, frankly, they're probably overthinking. So do the reverse and see what happens because your first half offense can't exactly get worse. Telecast joins the field in the middle of a play. Rippon was rolling out right as Rashawn Gary was chasing after him. And Rippon gets rid of the ball as Gary's reaching out. I think Gary caught his face mask. I do believe that's going to be okay. So it's a botch snap. Oh, yeah. It was a botch snap to Rippon. He dropped the snap, and he picks it up. He rolls right. Gary was in there for the pressure. He reached out to grab Rippon and instead grabbed his face mask. It's a first down for the Rams. Another penalty for the Packers. And as I alluded to earlier, look at that on the telecast. 7.4 penalties per game against the Packers. Ain't it neat? And by neat, I mean terrible. 1st and 10 now for the Rams. They have the ball on the 42 now of their own side of the field. Rippon under center again. And he takes the snap and, somebody screwed something up. Go. Yes! Looks to be a messed up play action for the Rams there. Quarterback and running back not together. Rashawn Gary brings Rippon down for the sack. But we got a flag. We have another flag. Let's see if they actually call it on the Rams. Son of a... And that's offsides on the Packers. They're calling it on Rashawn Gary. Let's see. Okay, here's the replay. Gary's lined up there. Yep, that's good. No, you don't want to actually show the replay. All right, cool. All right, neat. Maybe he was lined up an inch over the line or something. Maybe the telecast is saying, whatever. Garbage. 1st and 5 now for the Rams. They've advanced the ball up to about the 47.5. And Royce Freeman with the carry. Slayton kind of absorbs him, but Freeman still gets a good push. That's going to come darn near close to the... okay, he was way over the line. Thank you, Janelle. Okay. I just didn't see that clearly. Thank you. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, if he was over the line, he was over the line. At least that one's not like the offensive one that was called, at least. Like Hebels, everyone agrees the offsides on offense for us was imagined. Yeah. Which, for a team that can't get an offensive drive going in the first quarter to save their lives, to have it end like that really sucks. 2nd and 1 for the Rams. They take the ball, handoff to Royce Freeman, who runs into Green Bay territory at about the 45 of Green Bay side of things. It's a first down for the Rams. Chris saying, when you have a slow tempo offense, when you pretty much do the same thing over and over with no success, it gets frustrating sometimes. I agree. And if you look at like plays per game, some of it because of 3 and outs, but also just because they're slow. The Packers are in the bottom third, I believe, still of plays per game run for the offense. Why? When you've got the baby Packers who are athletic, let them go play. And I think there's just way too much control going on. There's way too much thinking. Oh, another botch snap. Rippon, no! Oh, what is going on? So it was a botch snap. Rippon drops back, tries to roll right, tried to like kind of get a throw off, but 2 Packers were there. I think they stripped it before any throw attempt was made. Devondre Campbell comes with the ball. That should be a fumble recovery for the Packers. And now we got Rams and Packers shoving each all over. It's pandemonium, everybody. But we got Rams and Packers shoving each other regardless. This should go down as a turnover, and the Packers should get the ball. Yep, it's a botch snap. Rippon picked it up, rolled right, but Jonathan Owens right there. Oh, Owens got to the ball. He stripped it. Campbell scoops, and that should go down as Packers football unless, we're going to have to see what the official ruling is. But I'm going to go with that should be Packer ball. Owens doing a great job of getting his arm around, getting it onto the quarterback arm, making sure that ball comes loose. Nice. Beautiful. Turnover for Green Bay. One of the keys to the game is making sure that you don't wind up even in this turnover battle, and looking good that way so far. All right, so Love takes the snap and shotgun. It's play action to Dillon. Love's trying to find someone, anybody get open. And DeGuara was open. So Love was dancing back there for a good 4 seconds. DeGuara was open every single one of those 4 seconds, just right beyond the line, on a little hook, just chilling. But Love was trying to find something else. Eventually, he just goes to his check down. Nice gain of 7 on first down there for the Packers to Josiah DeGuara. Sets up 2nd and 3 now for Green Bay, who do have the ball, getting closer and closer to field goal range. They now have the ball on about the 34.5 of the Rams side of the field. 2nd and 3 officially now for Green Bay. Love with the handoff to Jones. Jones cuts it back. That's a first down for your Green Bay Packers. Whew. Chris Hand saying Chris dives in. Dog pie. Here I go. Right, those got to be the most fun plays. I did just read, I was doing some reading on Frank Winters yesterday, and I did not realize in my youth how incredibly consistent of a reputation he had as a dirty player for poking hot eyes in those dog piles did Frank Winters back in the day. I thought that was quite humorous. Dollar Hyde saying, welcome back 59. That is right. Handoff to A.J. Dillon. That's another first down for the Packers. That's about a 12-yard gain as he was running to the right. So first down run for Green Bay. They're beginning to threaten. For sure, at the very least, they're in field goal range. Oh, I like that block from Myers a lot. Josh Myers. Myers cut over in front of Dillon, about 3 yards in front of him, and really sealed open a hole for Dillon to continue advancing the run. I know Josh Myers gets crapped on a lot, but that was some nice run blocking for Josh Myers. 1st and 10, only 6 seconds left on the play clock. Love takes the snap, and it's a halfback toss to Jones going up the right side, and it gains 2. So sets up about 2nd and 8 with a little over a minute to go in the first. Like Ebel saying, of course the Packers do well when I can't see. I know what I must do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Hey, each week has its own superstitions attached. So next week, resets the counter. So, I don't think you got to take every game off like Ebels. Don't do it. But yeah, it seems to be working this week. 2nd and 8 now for Green Bay. They're lined up on about the 13-yard line. Jaden Reed doing some motion to the right, then going back to the left, and it is a handoff for Aaron Jones. Jones going up the middle out of shotgun, gains about 6. Should set up 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3 now for the Packers, getting ever close to the goal line. Big Al, welcome back, Big Al, saying the problem with the Packers offense is that there's no veteran presence. They should have at the very least keep Cobb or Mercedes Lewis. Yeah, I think Cobb was a pretty done deal. Like, he was following Rodgers wherever Rodgers was going, however it winded up. I even think if Rodgers would have retired, Cobb would have retired. I just think they're way too attached to have played separate. Mercedes Lewis, 100% of a different story. And I was in the camp of wanting Mercedes Lewis back. This is an incredibly young team where we knew, and we're going to commercial break. We knew the run game was going to be important for the Packers this year. Well, who's one of the best run blocking tight ends of the game? Mercedes Lewis. I know you don't want to take away snaps from Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave, but neither one of them is the type of tight end that Mercedes Lewis is. So, not to mention the fact that Kraft, who you could at least make the argument is more the blocker of the two, is coming from a much smaller school. The leap to the NFL was always going to be big for Kraft. I was in the camp of wanting Lewis back. It made a lot of sense to me, but Packers, and I think they could have had him back too. I really do. I'm with you. I would have loved Mercedes Lewis back. Like Hebbles, Sean Ryan is in for Runyon this drive. Really happening. It's Yash is in at left tackle. Sean Ryan coming in at right guard because John Runyon Jr. I have been a big supporter of John Runyon Jr., but holy crap, has he been bad over the course of the last month? Yes, it's happening. They're listening. It's happening. Good things. Especially because he's better at the run blocking than Runyon's ever been. Runyon's just been a way better pass protector. So get Ryan in there, see what he can do. And not only that, if this is an evaluation year, evaluate the guy who you got under contract for several more years, not the guy who's a free agent at the end of the year in Runyon. Hey. Commando G-Man, no points on O again, but at least no points given up as well. Hey, still step in the right direction, and we're on the precipice of getting points. So, still a productive offense in the first quarter, more than we've seen other weeks. So let's just take what we get here and count it as a win. Let's count it as something at the very least. So the Cowboys saying don't want to take away snaps from the rookies. I am begging them to take away snaps from the rookies for experience. Half joke, let's settle for Lewis over Joshua. Yeah, and Ben Sims has been a nice addition, especially in the run blocking department. He's done some nice things. I do know a huge part of the rationale of not bringing back Mercedes Lewis was having Tyler Davis, because they were ready, by all accounts, to elevate Tyler Davis to a more substantial role on the offense. And then that plan really went to garbage, really. Like when Tyler Davis was hurt and Lewis, it's very unfortunate what happened to the tight end room, and it would have been nice to see the steadying presence of Lewis in there, regardless of the addition of rookies and everything else. 3rd and 3 now for Green Bay as they are lined up on the 8-yard line of the Rams, getting ever so close. And it's a handoff for Aaron Jones. Jones cuts it through. That's at least a first down. And he gets all the way up to about the 3-yard line. Aaron Jones, first down for the Green Bay Packers. That's really, really nice to see. 1st and goal now for Green Bay. I got to say, not sponsored, not anything, and I don't necessarily endorse gambling if it's not right for you, but I did see like an over-under you could do on 40 yards rushing for Aaron Jones today. I should have put money on that. Ay. 1st and goal now. Handoff to Aaron Jones. Jones dances his way into the end zone, cutting back across the middle. Doesn't actually have to break any tackles, just avoids everybody. And that is finally a first-half touchdown for the Green Bay Packers as they take the lead in this game. Aaron Jones, it's good to have you back, old friend. 14-19 to go in the half. Oh, Aaron Jones, nice to see you back. Looking at the replay, let's see the hole that he found. Luke Musgrave did some nice job. Well, he eventually lost his block, but still sealed the gap enough for Jones to dance through. Touchdown, Green Bay. Sometimes it's just that simple, y'all. Woohoo, Commander G-Man, that's right. I'm with you. Now, Anders Carlson, you keep it up, buddy. I've been in your corner all along, man. Yeah, the extra point's good. Hey, Green Bay Packers up 7-0. We finally have a first half lead. It's a thing of beauty. There we go. 7-0. Green Bay Packers. Feel so good to get that on there. Big Al saying, hooray, making changes does work. Fascinating, isn't it? Mick Knight saying, love has all kinds of time. Please run a secondary route to get open to move the defenders. I wouldn't be shocked at all if that's the next drive, right? Like that drive, they took over the ball already on the Rams side of the field. They played a fairly condensed kind of offense, a lot of Jones heavy. One of these drives, that's coming for sure. So stay tuned, Mick. Janelle, Packers leading in the first half. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? It's so rare over the course of the last month, and it's beautiful. It's really nice to see. Scott, isn't it bad we get that excited over a touchdown? You know what? Let's not turn negative. Let's just say we're enjoying the small things in life today. Because the big things haven't been happening. So we're enjoying the small things, Scott. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing sad about that. We just got to appreciate what we got. That's all. But wonderful to see Packers up 7-0 at this point in the game. Let's see now. You know, the trick, though, for the Packers is going to be, even like Mick was kind of alluding to, now you got to make adjustments. Like now you find something that worked, inevitably the Rams will adjust, and then you got to adjust back. Time for no huddle, friends. That's what I'm rooting for. I will say, too, I thoroughly enjoyed, like, from a purely, like, not thinking intelligently about football standpoint, but I got to say last week in, like, the fourth quarter, where every single snap, Love was trying to get 14 points on the board, you know what I mean? Where, like, every single snap was a throw at least 30 yards down the field. It's kind of nonsensical, but it was a lot of fun to watch. Like, I'll go with that. Every single play was fun. So maybe we'll drive like that coming up. What? Scott, heyo, Jim P.E.D. and shout it. Jim P.E.D. and shout. Scott, I don't know what that's trying to say, Scott. Let me know. Chris saying it's kind of funny the way Jones runs, got to admit. Like he has a flashback. Good. It is. He is a very frequent cutback runner. You know, Dylan doesn't cut back nearly as much. A lot of his carries, he just sometimes sees the correct hole and then just goes through it. Jones, almost every damn carry, does some kind of cut. It's very jagged unless he's going to the outside. Then it's smooth as butter. Hey, Packers even coming up with a special teams tackle. Nicely done. And the Rams only get the kickoff to about the 19, maybe the 20-yard line. So Rams going to start off with not the best field position. Oh, Scott jumped and shouted on touchdown. Gotcha. Okay. Like Evans, ouch. Rob says Runyon is in the tent. Sorry, internet lagged out, so maybe back in time. The Sen's going to catch back up next commercial break. Oh, okay. Well, you never want to root for an injury for anybody. Now I feel kind of bad, but I am in the camp of like, I like Runyon, but he has not been good over the last month, and Sean Ryan would be something different. Rippin with the ball under center takes the snap, but play is called dead on this 1st and 10 because it's a false start on the Rams. So back them up. And that's going to create 1st and 15 now for the Rams. The false start was committed by wide receiver Demarcus Robinson. Oh, buddy. So, yeah, tale of two penalties here as they show on the telecast right now. The Rams only with 5.6 per game, which is 8th in the NFL. 1st and 15 for the Rams, 14-14 to go in the first half. Under 10 seconds left on the play clock. Rams have the ball at the 15 of their own side of the field. And there we go, wide receiver in motion. It winds up being a handoff to Darrell Henderson, who is stopped at the line. McDuffie was there. I think Slayton was in on it. Keyshawn Nixon helped finish it off. Beautiful run stopping there for the Packers. Yeah, and TJ Slayton balled out last week in the run game. Good to see him doing so again in the early portion of this game. Very nice. First and 10 now, or second and 14. Sorry, I was reading the wrong thing. Second and 14 for the Rams. Go get him, Gary. Rippon drops back, but eventually finds a lane as Gary was coming in with the pressure, and he runs forward. It is going to be a couple yard gain on a scramble, setting up third down. Officially 3rd and 9 as Rippon picked up 5 on the scramble off to the left side as Gary and company were coming in on the pressure. The Cubs rooting for injury. 9 rooting for the backup. Ooh, that's happier semantics. Nice. 13-15 now to go in the half. Rams at the 21, 3rd and 9 officially. Packers don't look like they're calling their super way off zone. I like to see it. They're not 10 yards off. Rippon dropping back, fires. Ooh, tries to get that in. I think that's to Atwell was the intended receiver. Carrington Valentine was on top of that man. That is an incomplete pass. Carrington Valentine. Let's all root for the 7th round rookie, breaking it up. And that throw, yes, that was intended for Atwell. Simple little curl for Atwell, but Carrington Valentine all over it. Got his hand into the catch zone of Atwell, making sure that thing wasn't going to be caught. Huge 3rd down stop for the Packers defense. Evans back to punt again for the Rams. Woo! Woo! Cooking. And that punt, where even looks like the telecast lost for a little bit. I do believe it went out of bounds. Packers going to have some nice field position coming back after the break. Big Al saying random Packers in my lifetime. Martellus Bennett, Jalen Smith, Mo Wilkerson, and Snacks Harrison. Yeah, and incredibly different performances from each one of them in some weird ways too. Like Martellus Bennett, boy, did he flame out fast. And then he had the injury grievance and the lawsuit and just a whole bunch of crap went on with Martellus Bennett. Jalen Smith, Packers, like, he was kind of the epitome of like, hey, we got a big name at a position we need. And then he lasted like a week, and it was clear that he was not over his really devastating injury. So bye. And then Mo Wilkerson, I was so amped when they signed Mo Wilkerson, and he played well for a stretch, and that was it. And then Snacks Harrison, like, everyone was begging for Snacks Harrison to help with the run defense in that year. What was that, 2020 that they did? 2021? And then he came in and he played like 3 snaps a game. Oh, yeah, random Packers. You ain't kidding, Big Al. Chris Hand saying, I forgot about our defense being backed up like 10 yards. Last week that didn't work, but seems today it does work. Yeah, it was nice to see the fact that on 3rd and 9, Carrington Valentine was not 10 yards away. Baby steps. Again, celebrate the small stuff. Janelle, defense looks a lot better when the offense isn't doing 3 and outs, right? Funny how that works, right, Janelle? Yeah, it hasn't necessarily been the main factor in the defense not being a top 10 defense, but boy, it is a lot harder to play defense when no component of your team is complementary to the other. So, yeah, good to see. Good to see. This feels like overall, on the whole, it doesn't feel like, okay, they figured everything out. The dam is open. They're going to win 48-0. No, but it does feel like they are beginning to get right. Obviously, a long way to go in this game. Could change pretty quick. But some of the trends that have been so disgusting over the last couple of weeks are beginning to look a little different. So, baby steps. That's it. Oh, the telecast showing baby LaFleur from when he was the quarterback's coach with the Washington, they were still Redskins at that point, I do believe. But gold baby LaFleur, boy, did he glow up. Scott saying, I'd like to see Love 280. Yes, and Jones 120. I'd be all about it. I'd be all about it. Whoa. That is an end around Jaden Reed, and he's got a big lane going up the left side. That's going to be about a 20-yard run for Jaden Reed. It was almost like a fake sweep. Then they actually did the end around, kind of a double cross back there. Jaden Reed is the one that wound up with the ball. Yeah, so at first the ball is snapped. Love fakes the handoff to Dillon, probably just a double option. hands it off to Reed for an end around, and Reed with some Josh Myers clearing the way for Reed. Josiah DeGuara, one of the lead blockers. Good to see all the way around, everybody. Josh Myers was sick of your crap, everybody, if you were knocking out Josh Myers, because he's doing some good work thus far today. Love now under center for 1st and 10, ball in the 38. He does get the snap off before play clock. It's a play action. He's rolling left and then tries to just dump it into Musgrave. It's off target. Musgrave wasn't necessarily ready. Nonsense play all the way around. 2nd and 10 now for the Green Bay Packers. Janelle, they look like they have aged so much. Are you referring to the offense beginning to not look quite so babyish out there? Because, yeah. Oh, you're talking LaFleur and McVay. Yeah, head coaching will do that. LaFleur's got a lot of salt and pepper in here now. But yeah, talking LaFleur and McVay, yeah, they both look quite a bit older than that old picture. 2nd and 10, Love in shotgun, ball on the 41 of the Rams side of the field. It's a quick pitch over to Dillon. Dillon refuses to go down when he meets contact, but it doesn't mean he's going real far either. About a 3-yard gain, setting up 3rd and what should be about 6 now on the Rams side of the field. And it is now lightly raining in Green Bay, so we'll see how the field conditions change. Commando G-Man, did I see a good DeGuara block? Yes, you did. Josh Myers and Josiah DeGuara led the way for Reed there. It was really nice to see because DeGuara's blocking has not exactly been exemplary as of late. So really, really nice to see on several accounts there. 3rd and 7 now. Love in shotgun, under 5 on the play clock. And he gets the snap off. Looking for... Oh, here's your deep shot, Mick. Here it is. Deep ball. Shot to the end zone for Christian Watson. Witherspoon in coverage. I want to see the replay to see exactly what happened. It looked like it dinked off of Watson's hands, but either way, Watson had to stop his route again. Love, you gotta lead him. If he would have led Watson, he could have kept his distance between Witherspoon, but instead the throw is a good 6 yards short. So Watson had to kind of stop his route. The corner continued going past, but then it, like as Watson is falling to the ground from stopping his momentum, the pass did dink off of his hands. 4th and 7, Packers going for it. Love in shotgun. And we have a flag. Of course we have a flag. Of course we have a flag. Why wouldn't we have a flag? 4th and 7 now. Delay of game on Love is the official call. LaFleur was motioning something. Now LaFleur is talking to a ref. Okay, so regardless, it's now 4th and 12 for Green Bay. And that penalty may have very well, it would have been a long field goal either way. But now Whalen on to punt from about the Rams 43. Discouraging to get the ball onto the Rams side of the field, not do anything. But the punt is fair caught at about the 10-yard line. So Rams, again, not going to have favorable field position. I don't know quite what happened on that 4th down as to what led to a delay of game and LaFleur looking angsty with the referees. But Rams going to be taking over with the ball at the 10 when it comes back from break. Anthony, hello, Anthony. How you doing today, my man? Hello. Hoping for a Rams loss. Go Packers. Amen. And hey, we're on the right track, at least through the first quarter. Scott, that was on Love. Yeah, it was short, for sure. And not just kind of short. It was really short. I don't understand what's going on with Love's deep ball. Like, you go back to, like, the even collegiately, winding up short on every deep throw was not Love's game in college. He could rip it. Like, he's got the arm. Even last week, we saw him just rip it with 55-yard air yard throws. I don't know. I just don't understand why so many of the throws now come up short when he has the arm to do it. Is it overthinking? Is it the way he's being coached because he used to have a tendency to overthrow? Like, remember, even in preseason, we were talking all the time about how Love was overthrowing. So is it an overcorrection to where now Love is not confident in what exact, like, range his arm has got to go to for 40 yards versus a respective 50 yards or whatever? I just don't know what's going on with Love and why these throws are suddenly underthrown every single time. It's just odd. And I wish I had an answer. Janelle, bad throw from Love. Commandos just so far off. Yeah. David, hello, David. Nice to see you here today again. Hey, David, I got good news. Packers are winning thus far. It's good news. Anthony, I'm good. Relaxing. Just got out of church. And yourself? Another great Sunday of football. I'm doing very well. It is every bit of this game has been refreshing to some degree thus far. They're not fixed yet, far from it, but steps in the right direction thus far with the 7-0 lead. So really good to see. If anyone has read anything about what's going on with Love, if anybody knows like what is going on with those deep throws, and don't I know none of you here will, but don't come at me with he doesn't have the strong enough arm. He does. It's just, we know he does. Why is every throw coming up short? It's got to be an overcorrection. It's got to be in my mind. David, Packers winning. Wow. Yeah. It's a refreshing change of pace, isn't it? But yeah. Rams taking over with the ball on the 10 as we are back from break. Rippon under center, hands the ball off to Royce Freeman. Freeman gains maybe 2 over to the left-hand side as Luke Van Ness and Isaiah McDuffie were there to bring him down. Anthony, love to hear it. Small victories. That's right. For a young team, just take baby steps. And today has been baby steps thus far. They just got to keep going. 10:40-ish to go in the half now. 2nd and 8 for the Rams officially. Rippon has thrown the ball a whopping 3 times to this point. He's 1 of 3 for 10 yards. And he does have that lost fumble as well. So Rippon now in pistol, 2nd and 8. Tutu Atwell in motion, and it winds up being a weird, messed up play action. Whoo! Carrington Valentine! Puka went up to get the ball, and while he was in there, Valentine came over, pulled him back down so that ball was going to go incomplete. Kind of, I don't want to say a screen, but certainly a short route. Valentine making sure that Puka was not going to get into position for that ball. 3rd and 8 now for the Rams. 10:24 to go in the half. You see Anthony Johnson Jr. on the field there. He's played a whopping 8 defensive snaps in his NFL career to this point. Now he's starting at safety today. You go, Anthony Johnson Jr. You go, little man. And Rippon in shotgun here for this 3rd and 8. Another throw attempt, and play just stops. We have another flag. Another flag. Offense, delay of game. The refs are very actively paying attention to delay of game this far. In a change of pace, apparently. But that's going to make it 3rd and 13 now for the Rams. Let's see what they do here. Rippon in shotgun, 1 running back there next to him. Packers very spaced out defensively. They have one defensive lineman on the field, and it's a handoff. All right. So the Packers were just saying, look, we're going to back off the line. We're going to put one big boy on the line. We're going to threaten Rashawn on an edge. We're going to threaten another guy on an edge. Everybody else is going to back way the freak off because we have no faith that Brett Rippon's going to be able to complete something beyond 13 yards into our zones. And the Rams went, we agree. And they handed it off for basically a gain of 6. So that sets up 4th and 7 now for the Rams. They are going to be punting another punt. I think this is their 3rd punt of the game already. Punting from about their own 12-yard line-ish. Oh, and that's a boomer of a punt. Nixon going way back to get that. Fields it at about the 25-yard line of the Packers side of the field. And he makes some people miss before getting tripped. A return up to about the 41-yard line on the Green Bay side of the field. That's one of the tales of the game so far. The Rams consistently having poor field position. The Packers consistently having good field position. And Keyshawn Nixon doing his part right there to make sure that the Packers get the ball in favorable field position again. Chris Hand, QB slip-ups is helping us out. It's okay to be nervous. Just let the ball go on the next phone. Yeah, Rippon, you're not looking so impressive thus far. Rashawn Gary is getting after him quite a bit, no doubt. But some rough ball placement from Rippon so far. I don't think the Rams' offensive plan is doing him many favors thus far. They're obviously afraid to let him sling it too. I shouldn't go that far. It's just that's not what they're calling him to do. Not a lot of quick slants or anything like that. Valentine has been playing incredibly well. Packers have been shutting down the run well. So strong defensive performance thus far for the Green Bay Packers. And you're right. Having Rippon in there helps a lot. No doubt about it. But you got to play who the other team lines up, and I'm not going to fault the Packers for executing against someone else. Dollar Hyde saying Valentine easing the pain of Rasul's departure. Yeah. And that's part of the logic. Like, I understand the hatred of the move from so many fans. Like, I get it. I didn't want to see Rasul go either, but it's kind of an immediacy versus long-term gain type thing, right? Like, they gained a top 100 asset in the third round pick for Rasul. Yes, they had a kick in their fifth, which will be replenished from compensatory selections anyway. Because keep in mind, the Packers are due for like 3 comp picks this year. Probably a fourth and a 2/6, maybe a fifth and 2/6. Regardless, they're going to get probably 3 comp picks for Reed, Lowry, and Lazard all leaving last year. So maybe that's why Goody felt extra comfortable just chucking in the fifth to make sure he could get into the third from the Buffalo Bills. But part of the rationale for that trade was playing Valentine more. And when Stokes returns from his injury, gets off of the IR, playing Stokes a bunch because they got to make the 5th-year option decision on Eric Stokes this offseason. A lot of people forget that. Those 5th-year options have to be cited after the player's 3rd year. And that decision for Stokes is coming up. And thus far, rookie year Eric Stokes absolutely gets like his 5th-year option picked up. 2nd year Eric Stokes is a pretty significant question. They got to see what they got right now to see if they should pick up that option or not. So Rasul being gone plays Valentine more and inevitably plays Stokes more. So I get the angst. It's just it's a future move, not an immediate move. And that's really hard to stomach. And I understand. So Packers with the ball, Love with a halfback toss to Jones, who runs a whole lot to gain about 3 over on the left side. So Packers are going to have about 2nd and 7, again, with favorable field position. Big Al as Anthony Johnson Jr., the starting safety with Jonathan Owens. Yes. They did not put in Levitt or Zane Anderson or even practice squad elevation in his games. They chose to roll with 7th round pick Anthony Johnson Jr. So that's what we got today. Owens and Jr. back there. Janelle, the Packers have 5 top 100 picks. Let me talk about that in just a second. Love under center, takes the snap, handoff to Jones again. Jones absorbs some contact at the line, falls forward, gains about 3. Contact put on him by, let me read your name, Kobe Turner, the rookie defensive lineman for the Rams, their nose tackle. Chris saying the pain of Douglas leaving reminded me of a funny video I saw of Tom Grossi in the tub with a toast. I don't know what video you're talking about specifically, but yeah, I can only imagine. Oh, Tom. Jordan Love in shotgun now, 3rd and 3 for the Packers. Love in shotgun, and it is another handoff to Aaron Jones, but Jones takes some contact at the line and begins to fall, but then like Runyon essentially hugged Runyon back in the game now, by the way. Runyon essentially hugged Aaron Jones and shoved him forward through the contact to get him real close to the 1st down marker. Replay, that's even funnier. Like Runyon just bear hugged him and lifted him through. 4th and inches for Green Bay. It's a quick snap, and is it a handoff? It is a quarterback sneak. I don't know. Looks like the Packers got a 1st down, though, no matter who's got the ball. And it's a QB sneak for Love. Maybe. I don't know. Love was at the bottom of the pile. Looks like it should be. God freaking. What the hell? So the Packers 4th and inches do another QB sneak. Looks like they get it again. But now they call offside on the offensive line again. They call this one on Runyon. For what? For what? So that makes it 4th and 6. Is the telecast saying anything? Is there any enlightenment as to why the hell that's an offsides penalty on the offensive line? Because this is twice now. What? Like, someone please tell me, what is Twitter or the telecast saying? What is the rationale for this crap? The punt from Whelan, Eric Wilson with the special teams tackle, whole lot of celebrating, and there's a flag on the play. I don't know. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I'm not going to lie to you. But what the? By the way, there's a flag on the punt return. Just a heads up. So we got okay, so it's holding on the Rams. Okay, well, that's cool. At least one goes against the Rams. What the hell is happening? Woo, Runyon. Woo, that's a big boy, big angry. All right, so Janelle, another bad call. He wasn't in the neutral zone. They said he did it, but the pictures show otherwise. What did he even do? He didn't move. Commando G-Man Johnston saying clearly offsides is funny. Okay, I'm at a loss. I honestly don't know. Scott, MLF is going nuts. Yeah, he should be. What the hell is happening? Chris saying, I think it's from where Love is probably rushing the team at snap count, but they are off on the count. That's what I think. But off on the count would be indicative of someone actually moving. Like both times, the offensive line has been perfectly still, right? Like if they're off on the count, you would think that an offensive lineman is lunging forward before the ball is actually snapped. But like that didn't happen there. It's like they're trying to say some kind of alignment issue. Okay, Janelle saying they said that he lined up in the neutral zone. He wasn't beyond the center. Like he looked pretty equidistant to Elton Jenkins on what they showed. I don't know. Okay, if anyone gets to the bottom of this, please enlighten me, because that is some. I don't know. I don't know. I agree with Matt LaFleur on this one. Hogwash. So, Big Al, yeah, I'm lost with that flag. I don't know. To see offsides called on an offensive lineman in the first place is odd, rare. To have it happen twice on the exact same style of play and have them look pretty identical, I don't know. Janelle, I think these are going to be sent into the NFL. Oh, I agree. And you know what? Like Fox, let's get why am I failing on his name? Their ref specialist, right? Mike Pereira. Let's get him in. Dean Blandino, call somebody and get them in here to explain what the freak is going on and why these are penalties when the offensive linemen look real still and look pretty equidistant to each other, which generally isn't a penalty. Like Hebbles, one of the few times I will actually not oppose the refs alerting the game. Making up stuff that takes away first is such a oops, our bad way. Anyway, nothing changes. Yeah, you're not kidding. At the very least, it was a heck of a punt from Whelan. Nice tackle by Eric Wilson. Rams again taking over the ball on the 10. Rippin under center, takes the snap, hands off to Darrell Henderson, and that goes for a gain of about 6 going up the left side. Going to set up a pretty favorable 2nd and 4 as Henderson found a nice little lane to go up off tackle on the left side. So, okay, they're going back to a replay of it. I mean, Runyon is what, an inch beyond Elton Jenkins? But so is Zach Tom. From this angle, at least, he's beyond Yash on the left. Okay, I got nothing. Janelle, officials have killed 2 Packer drives. That's what I see. 2nd and 4 for the Rams. Rippin with a halfback toss back to Darrell Henderson, who is brought down. Devondre Campbell, Carrington Valentine in the zone. That's going to go for about no gain, maybe a loss of 1, depending on where they mark it, bringing on 3rd down for the Rams. Yeah, Valentine goes slip sliding through there, as did Kobe Wooden, came sliding out over the top. Campbell, I think, is officially going to get the tackle. Going to go for about no gain for the Rams, setting up 3rd down. Like to see it. 3rd and 4, just over 6 minutes to go in the half. Green Bay again going light on the defensive line for this 3rd and 4. Only 2 linemen with their hand in the dirt. And Rippon takes the center in shotgun, drops back, evades pressure, and he's running. He's going. And there's no yellow line on the field. Fox, what you doing? I think he picked up the first. Yep, that's going to be a first down for the Rams. I mean, yeah, pressure came in from the interior. Who is that? I think that's Carl. Yeah, that's Carl Brooks, who straight up beat the left guard and affected the play for Rippon. But Rippon able to evade, run right up the middle, and at least have enough space to get more than 4. Gives the Rams 1st and 10 now in the 22.5. Rippon takes the snap, and it's a handoff to Henderson, who runs into his left tackle, Carl Brooks. But Carl Brooks making the play, shoving the left tackle into Henderson. And then I think it was LVN there to help finish off the play. That's going to go down. That's a loss for the Rams, setting up 2nd down. Nicely done, Carl Brooks and LVN, the rookies coming together and making the stop. Beautiful. Loss of 6 on that carry. So 2nd and 16 for the Rams, under 5 minutes to go. Well, when there's no threat of passing, the Packers' run defense is actually fairly legit. Imagine that. Gerald Henderson with the handoff here gains maybe 4. As he falls forward, Lucas Van Ness again with another tackle, going to set up 3rd and long for the Rams. Let's catch up on a couple of things here. Chris Hand, don't worry, during halftime, we'll switch that ref with the Packer staff. We'll be good. There's a locker room with no name on it. We can put them in. Oh, there's plenty of storage spaces down in the annals of Lambeau Field down there. I got faith they could do it. Play has stopped. I'm seeing a couple other comments here that I really, really don't like. Like Hebel saying, oh, I knew this ref looked familiar. He the main ref BS flag throw meme guy. Shocking. Janelle, like Hebel's Joseph all saying, oh no, Kenny. Oh no, not Kenny. Not Kenny. You know, I have said repeatedly this year, like, who's the one star on the Packers team that hasn't suffered some kind of injury? The one player that has, like, renowned reputation and star power, right? Jair's been out. He's been affected. Devondre Campbell, you know, others all over. Elton Jenkins, David Bakhtiari, Christian Watson, Aaron Jones. Kenny's been like the one dude who's got star power that hasn't gotten hurt yet this year. And son of a biscuit. Let's hope good things for Kenny. Hopefully he can get back up. That ain't good. Okay, I will say this is really funny. Just checking Twitter here to catch up on headlines. Simone Biles 12 minutes ago just tweeted, not me starting to understand football. That's right. Don't forget, we've got our own celebrity wife. Like Hebel's walking on own power into tent. Okay, all right, that's good. It means it's not catastrophic at the very least for Kenny. So hoping he got the wind knocked out of him, something to that effect, right? Hopefully he can come back in soon. One thing we know is the Packers' defensive line, just getting back to football, they don't exactly have the most depth in the world, and losing Kenny would be a blow for sure. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple tweets now in the medical tent. Yeah, okay. Well, positive thoughts to Kenny Clark. I will say, though, really, really nice to see positive plays for Lucas Van Ness and Carl Brooks. That's really nice to see on the Packers defensive line. So, Peter, hello, Peter, bonjour. Hi, John. Oh my God, they killed Kenny. I'm such a huge South Park fan. You know, I've never, I do appreciate South Park. There was a time when I used to watch it fairly regularly, but haven't for years. But not gonna lie, that phrase did come into my head when Kenny got hurt. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. All right, 3rd and 11 for the Rams. They take the snap. Rippon throwing over the middle to a, well, he wasn't wide open, but plenty open enough. Cooper Kupp. And we have a flag on the play. That would be about a good 20-yard gain, at least for the Rams, as Kupp was kind of running a post. But we got a flag, and the flag is on the Packers. Why the hell not? Penalty is declined. It was offsides on the Packers. And here you go. Jair backpedaling. Indeed, just kind of a post for Kupp. There it is. Like, the Vikings killed the Packers with that last week. With this, like, we're just going to run a deep slant or a post or whatever you want to call it for the technicality of the play, where the corner is going to take outside leverage. So we're just going to run the wide receiver straight and then just cut inside. And the safeties are playing so deep, they can't even affect the fact that the wide receiver is going to be wide open. Rippon takes the snap. Pressure comes in, so he scrambles out right, winds up gaining about 8 on the scramble. And that's going to set up second and pretty short for the Rams, who are beginning to put a little something together with under 4 minutes to go in the half. But that's the thing. And that's what I meant in the preview about condensing down the zones. It's so clear to opposing offenses that the safeties play so deep when they go back and cover 2 or even cover 3, if it's like Joe Barry calling what he likes to call the most, that they go so deep that they can do these little handoffs, or not handoffs, but these little slants, because they know the Packers are going to go outside leverage, and then the safety's supposed to step up to help. Handoff for the Rams. Kingsley Enagbare in the backfield, bringing him down. That's a loss. A loss for the Rams run game. Kingsley Enagbare making a play. Oh, yeah. The tight end was in motion to block Enagbare, and he just whiffed. So Enagbare gets in there to bring down Henderson for a loss. Nicely done. 3rd down for the Rams. But it's clear as day that you can call that play on the Packers, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to work. And that's what I mean by condensing the zones, bringing everything up closer. They got to start changing that. They have to. Joey Badass has got to do that. All right, so it's 3rd and 2 now. Rams take the play clock all the way down, but they do get the snap off. And there it is again, another quick completion. Jair in coverage. Jair, please start affecting plays again and not allowing every single completion. Kenny Clark now on the cart going into the locker room. Don't love that. Come on. 1st and 10 for the Rams as we get to the... Yep, they don't get this off. That's the 2-minute warning. Yeah. It's just... The reason why it's so frustrating is because it's so easy to see and so predictable. Like those far back zones allow that every freaking time. Like Hebble's saying she understands football. Would she like to play corner? Don't worry, Joey Badass won't let you anywhere near the opposing players. Sorry, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm not even bitching about like the like 10 yards off right now, because they're not doing too much of that today. It's where the corner hands off to the safety in these zones. There's such a gap. My God, high schoolers could run against it and be successful with posts and slants. Like Hebbles, Walker, LVN, and Wyatt Orsling, I have believed, will be the key to our early down D. Yeah, for now and the future. I mean, you just named like the guys that are going to be there for years, and that's the plan. Yeah, you're not wrong at all. And then you got Gary and Clark and others for the big pass rushing downs. Chris Hand, I get pumped for getting. Then remember, number 90 is playing. I like drinking a Mountain Dew, then seeing another Mountain Dew in the back of the fridge. I very much understand what you're saying there with the, like, especially if you think it's the last Mountain Dew and you grab it and then there's one more. Ooh, happy little surprise. Or even go get McDonald's fries where, like, you eat them all out of the carton and then there's some left on the bottom of the bag. It's a nice little bonus. But yeah, LVN is, they got to start playing him more just for experience sake this year. But also, he and Preston are still their 2 best run defending edge. Rashawn Gary has not improved enough to have him in that conversation yet. But LVN's great at it. Like Hebel, sometimes I miss Pettin's man coverage. At least allowed Ja to be a menace. Yeah. You know, I don't know. Pettin was still predominantly a zone coordinator, but he did call more man than Barry, definitely. I got to believe Ja could still be that guy. He was last year. Like, Ja was an all-pro last year. He could still be a menace. It's this year specifically that he just doesn't look like himself. He's not affecting plays. He's not mixing it up with wide receivers like he used to. Like he used to be on those slow slants that he would be right there. But he's not anymore. It's really frustrating. Steve is real. Yes. Up, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Anything exciting going on? Well, let me get there in just a second. Rip it under center. Takes the snap. Hands off to Henderson, who is brought down again at the line. Preston Smith. Run defense today, y'all. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Preston Smith shuts it down. 2nd and 10 now for the Rams. The exciting bit's going on. The Packers are winning. That's what's going on. And that's very exciting compared to the last month. But Packers are up 7-0. Run defense is looking great for the most part. The offense has had 2 drives end because of questionable penalty calls that I'm still looking for explanations for. So things are trending up, Steve. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, Grinch is at Lambeau. Okay, it's that season now, I guess. All right. We got 15 seconds left of the play clock, minute 57 left in the half. Rippin coming up under in shotgun, I'm sorry. Henderson, the running back, off to the right. Rippin takes the snap, drops back, looking for someone on the left side of the field, and he has someone until Anthony Johnson Jr. That boy Rook. Anthony Johnson Jr. Oh, yeah. Lowers his shoulder into Tyler Higbee, the receiver, who definitely, he had the ball. That was going to be a catch. But Anthony Johnson Jr. lights him up. Ball comes popping out. And that is incomplete. Packers secondary has been missing that for eternity. The ability to level a receiver who's trying to secure a catch and really affect a play that way. Anthony Johnson Jr., I do love you, my friend. I was concerned about today because you're new, but really nice play there. 3rd and 10 now. Rippin dropping back, trying to find somebody. Throws off to the right, throws it out of bounds. Harrington Valentine in coverage on Tutu Atwell. That play stood no chance. 4th and 10 for the Rams coming up. Rippin only 3 of 7 for 48 yards to this point. Most of those yards are on that completion to Cup. Oh, yeah. Tutu Atwell slipped at the top of his route, never regained his footing. Didn't really matter. That throw was going out of bounds. Valentine right there. Whole bunch of good going on. 4th and 10 now for the Rams. This is going to be a 52-yard field goal attempt. And it's good. So the Rams are on the board as Eversick. Yes, their new kicker puts it in from 52. Let me just adjust the score here, then I'll go catch up on a couple comments. But, pow! Packers still in the lead, 7-3. And they get the ball back for the half, which is wonderful. Let's see. Peter, sometimes I even miss Dom Capers' old school coverage. Yeah, when Dom first got here, he was great. And then the Packers got younger and younger, and he did not make things easier. He just kept calling his uber complicated things, and it got to be a mess. But those first couple of years, he was great. The Kebbles, I meant players for this season because outside of Gary, Kenny, and Ja, if those guys play solid ball, even our stars can have down days and slow. Yeah. And maybe I didn't answer completely the right way, but I agree. They're the present and the future. They are the early down defense from here on out, which takes pressure off of those big name guys. And like you said, they don't have to be perfect all the time. Yeah, I very, very much agree. Kick goes out of the back of the end zone, so the Packers are going to take over with the ball. The Kebbles petting with zone. Oh, that's with another comment. Okay, get to that in a second. Steve, yes! We're leading the league in penalties in the first half. Yes! Hey, at least we're leading in something. And by the way, we're not only leading for penalties in the first half, we're leading for the entire game. That's right. Packers give more penalties than any other team in the National Football League over the span of an entire game with 7.4 per game. Make you proud, Steve. 7-3 Packers. Here we go. Love dropping back, tries a quick slant to Dobbs, who is completely and utterly blanketed in coverage, but there is a flag on the play because the refs need attention. So let's see what we got here for this play. Witherspoon, the corner in coverage. Maybe he held on with that left hand a bit too much. Yeah, they're calling it on Witherspoon. Pass interference. All right. I mean, it didn't look totally egregious, but nonetheless, it benefits the Packers, so we'll willingly take it. I talked in the preview about how Witherspoon of the three corners for the Rams is far and away the best corner, and it ain't close. Only a 61.8 quarterback rating when targeting Witherspoon compared to 100 or 100 plus for their other two regular corners. Love in shotgun takes the snap, hands it off to Aaron Jones on just a run to the left, and he's met about 2 yards past the line by Aaron Donald and several others. So that goes nowhere. 2nd and 8 now for the Packers. Minute 22 now on the clock. They're going no huddle. Love in shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, throws right. There he is. Romeo Doubs makes the catch, gets out of bounds. Are they going to give the first? It's right on the first down line. Let's see how they call it. And they give the Packers a first down. Minute 13 to go in the half with the clock stopped. Packers do have 2 timeouts remaining. The Rams have all 3 remaining. All right. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Love still getting everybody lined up. Love in shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back. He's looking for somebody, goes across the middle to Jaden Reed, who breaks one tackle, but the coverage that was on him the whole time eventually does bring him down from behind. Gain of only maybe about 5. 1 minute now left on the half clock. Love getting everyone set back up. Dontavian Wicks running to the far right side. Love in shotgun. Jones next to him. Takes the snap, drops back. Love steps forward in the pocket, evades pressure, going to the right. Love, that's a first down into Rams territory. And that is going to be like a 10-yard-ish run to give the Packers a first down and stops the clock. It's beautiful. Yeah, nicely done. Runyon and Myers there, the two that kind of held off their D linemen from chasing after Love. And Love getting just enough pressure or just enough evasion to get out there, get some space, and get that first down. So 44 seconds left in the half. Under 10 to go on the play clock. Packers with the ball at the 46. Love dropping back. Love throwing over the middle. Incomplete to Malik Heath. Heath activated today instead of Samari Toure, who is a healthy scratch for this game. Packers obviously trying to change it up with the wide receivers. And that was just a straight up drop, y'all. That was it a perfect throw? No, it was, it was a few inches lower than it should have been. But Heath had no corner on top of him. And the ball just, he forgot to catch it, I guess. So, under 10 to go on the play clock. Heath now on the sideline. Love in shotgun, takes the snap, and he's looking all over. He's got time in the pocket until he doesn't. As the pocket collapses all around him, Aaron Donald and company on with the sack. Under 30 now to go on the overall clock. Come on. Get up there. I mean, he was searching. He was searching for somebody to come open, and no one ever did. Pocket eventually collapsed. Love chose not to scramble out of there, takes a sack instead. Let's see. Like Hebbles, I at least see your last comment, so I'll try to give you that on the plays as well, so you can see what's going on. All right, finally a break. Okay. All right. So catching up on comments, I do believe I left off right here. Joseph saying Valentine is hyped. Yeah, Valentine. He's looking awfully good today. Scott, goodbye. Savage, hello, Johnson Jr. I just love the way Anthony Johnson Jr. approached that one play to pop the ball out from Higbee. That was really, really nice. All right, here we go. Back to the game. Maybe. There we go. 3rd and 17. Packers knocked all the way back onto their side of the field. Lined up on the 47. They have got to pick up some yardage here to even have a hope for a field goal. And then the Rams take a timeout as they obviously don't like the alignment. So timeout frenzy here at the nearing end of the half. Still 20 seconds to go. Packers with 1 timeout, Rams with 2. Oh, hey! Oh, yeah. So Claudia's going to be joining us. She just got here. Give her a couple minutes to join in. Hey, the Packers are winning. Great. All right. So let's see. Like Pebbles, to answer your question, we are fairly spread. One receiver off to the left, two off to the right, tight end on the right as well. Running back in the backfield with Love, who's in shotgun. He takes the snap, drops back. Love with good time. Damn! Kind of a back shoulder throw to Dobbs beyond the first down line, but he doesn't. Does he get it? What's happening with the clock? I don't know. Dobbs makes the catch. It's a gain of 18. So they do they get 3rd and 17. The Green Bay Packers are getting better, y'all. That's a big first down. 3rd and 17 they converted. And Witherspoon was the one in coverage. And indeed, back shoulder throw, getting close to the sideline. Dobbs going to the ground, makes the catch. At least he better have made the catch. That's a
He made the catch. Hello, everybody. How we doing?
That's a catch. And yeah, that should be a gain of at least 17 and a half. That's a first down. Come on. All right. Okay, again, catching up as they're taking their time. Like Ebels, I feel Pettin was some, but people kept saying he was a man guy, which, I mean, yes, there's indeed a man on the field. Clark is questionable shoulder. Okay, so Clark, it's good news that he's announced as questionable and not just out. That's certainly promising. Pettin was zoned. Yeah, I mean, Pettin had more of a mix than Barry, but Pettin was still very much of the whose school did he prescribe to? It still is a zone-based overall philosophy. It just wasn't nearly as deep as Barry's is. That's a catch, right? They're going to rule that a catch, right? Is that what we're reviewing? All right. All right. So, Solar Miner, hello to you. This is the beginning for me. Before the season, I told myself to relax until now. You know, I actually understand the concept. It's like they've had 5 games now, or 7 games actually, to be young, right? But it is getting to the point where they got to start performing. And if they can't beat a Brett Rippon-led Rams team that's 3-5, that ain't good. It's just not good. Scott saying this year Clark has had way more down than good. I think, like, I wouldn't say necessarily bad play from Clark, just not up to his standard. Like, it's not like all of a sudden he became a liability. I think it's just that he wasn't the Kenny Clark we know. And he's gone through stretches like that almost every season of his career, where he just like disappears for a month. This year it's lasted a little longer than normal. And it has been discouraging, but they can get him going. It would be great things if he's still healthy. Sorry for the small novels, bro. Like, anytime, like Evels. Chris Hand saying Jones runs like good doggy. Runs like Chalk. Yeah. Sometimes I just don't know what to say to you, Chris, but I very much appreciate it. Like Hells are we bunched? Let's see. Steve is real. Yeah. So 2 guys open on the play and Love held the ball. Okay.
35.
So
First down. We got a first down.
Okay. Yeah, it's a catch. It's a catch, and it's a first down. All right. Okay. All right. Good. Refs aren't so much on the crap list right now. They've had some questionable calls. Just
really?
Mm-hmm. All right. 15 seconds to go in the half. 1st and 10, obviously, for the Packers, who are going to wind up with the ball on the 36 of the Rams side of the field. Ah, everyone's saying hi to you. Look at that.
Hello.
All right, Love in shotgun. We got
Thank you, Solar Miner.
So my screen just got better looking. Okay, first of all, she's mine. Second of all, what'd you try to say, Solar Miner? Put beard oil in today and everything. We're just saying hi to you. Well, that's so nice. Hi, everybody. No one really said hi to me when you got here, but that's fine. That's fine. All right. Oh, LaFleur looks peeved. All right, 1st and 10, first and 15 now for Green Bay. And they're backed up again, now on the 41. Again, you got to get something to at least get into field goal range. I like Anders, but not from 58. Oh, the Rams drop everybody back. super interesting. So the Rams actually put D lineman on the line, but then when they snapped the ball, everyone dropped back into coverage. Love completed a quick little straight to Reed. Like that was a hot route. Like Love just found Reed on this quick straight route because the Rams were more focused on dropping back than actually defending anyone. And that gets the Packers about 11 yards to set up 3rd and 5, so 10 yards. And they're now in field goal range. So Carlson coming out for the field goal. Officially, this is going to be a 48-yard attempt. Carlson with the kick. No good. Anders, I believed in you, man. I still do. It's just that sucks. That sucks a lot. Chris, John, you could throw the flag on that. He just, pulled it a little left. Yeah. David, hello again, David. Nice to see you again. Solar Mine is beautiful. Also, thank you, Solar Miner. I like her.
Oh, thanks.
Scott, 2 misses, 2 weeks. Yeah. And that's after what? It's like, I want to say he was 6 or 7 weeks until his very first miss of any kind. At least 5 for sure, I believe. Just happened to pull that one a little bit. Carlson by no stretch has been one of the larger problems on the year for the Packers. So it is. And the Packers have a 7-3 lead at the half. So one thing that I did want to talk about, because it got mentioned earlier and I said that I would save it for halftime, is the Packers in this upcoming draft. The Packers have now, with the Rasul Douglas trade, 5 selections in the top 100, because inevitably they have their first-round pick, they have their second-round pick, and their third. But in addition to that, they're going to have the Jets' second-round pick, as well as the second-round pick, or the third-round pick now of the Buffalo Bills. Gives them 5 in the top 100. Then, as I mentioned earlier, the Packers are projected to get 3 compensatory selections this year. Now, we don't find out exactly what they are until we're well into the offseason, but with the signing of Lazard away, Reed, Lowry, looks like the Packers are going to have 3 compensatory selections. So the Packers are going to be loaded in this draft. Are they going to make every pick? I doubt it. I don't think this is going to be like this coming year. But they have a ton of flexibility, a ton of ammunition for Brian Gutekunst to move around, make trades, get up higher into the draft if that's what he wants to do. And that, I know a lot of the jokes were, we traded Rasul for a third, we can't even pick in the third. Everyone we pick in the third always sucks. And you're not totally lying. But more so, this is ammunition to have flexibility on draft day, that if you have a crush, that if you have someone you really want, go get them. Now you got the ammunition to do so. Steve, John and Claudia should get tattoos on their right arm like Watson has on his right arm.
What does he have?
I don't know what he has on his right arm. Steve, what are you trying to sign us up for, man? Also, I don't know what's on Watson's right arm. I don't pay attention to player tattoos ever anymore. Like when I was younger, I did, but now I don't even notice them anymore. So we're gonna have to look that up. Chris, can you dig deeper into what was up with those BS 4th down calls? Are you talking like the offsides? Like, let me know. I'll dig deep into it. I don't. Are you talking the offsides calls with the offensive linemen? Because I'll be happy to. I just don't know exactly what it is you're referencing. So let me know. Scott, missed last week, difference in game. Well, I mean, I think you're referencing 2 weeks ago, right? Because I mean, like last week, the loss to the Vikings was more than just more than the 2-point loss. But I guess I say like Carlson has been far from the list of problems, because like there's a number of other things that they could have done and should have done to secure more victories over just a Carlson miss. And that's why I consider those like higher on the priority list. If you go through halfway to the season and your kicker has 2 misses at the halfway point of the season, that's not a problem, Like that's a quality kicker. So that's why I just kind of like misses are inevitable, just like incompletions for quarterbacks. Your offense has to get the kicker enough chances to do something well with. So like I get what you're saying. But yeah.
Also, I looked up. He has a lot of tattoos. I don't know which one you're talking about. There's so many, including I think anime.
Oh, that's fine.
And I think he has like blessed and faith and all all the good stuff.
I see.
So
all right. Yeah. Rockin' Knees. Oh well, go back. Oh, hello to you, Rockin' Knees. Right. Welcome, Chris Handy. Yes, okay, so you're talking about the offsides bit. I'll look into that in just a minute. Solar Miner, the offsides is a point of emphasis. Ugh. The NFL and their points of emphasis, which just gives the refs to allow like ticky-tack calls more than ever. Remember all the rushing the passer stuff years ago? Like their points of emphasis oftentimes backfire on the NFL. Chris, maybe one of the linemen passed guys and there needed to be a quick movement for no sake. I don't know, Chris. I gotta look. Is that Ramondre Stevenson for a 65-yard touchdown? I got him in like 4 fantasy teams. I'm in 5 leagues. I got him in like 4 of them. It's been disappointing, but love to see that. Okay, back to it. Scott, agree. Okay. Steve is real. Yeah, I hope John wants Green Bay to draft Joe Alt, left tackle from Notre Dame in the first round. Very much so, depending on where they are. I would love Joe Alt. Like, no doubt about it. I think David Bakhtiari is... I think his time in Green Bay is wrapped up. Brian Gutekunst in his press conference talked about, like he's going to let David speak to his future. And then Gutekunst also made mention of David has a long road back. Very ominous, very concerning. Given his cap situation, especially, I do think David Bakhtiari is done in Green Bay, maybe done total. So, I would love the addition of Joe Alt on this offensive line if the Packers are in a good position to get him. The only thing that I would say is one player who I would probably prefer over Alt, without doing a ton of draft prep yet, just saying, would probably be like Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, if they can get him, probably would pick him over Alt and then support the offensive line with your second round picks, just because the 4 tandem of Marvin Harrison Jr., Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and then Romeo Doubs is very reminiscent of the Packers' peak, like 2012, when they were just loaded at wide receiver. You've got a different wide receiver of almost every type then. So, and from what I understand, without doing a ton yet, from just a little bit that I've read about the draft and beginning to do some looking at it, this does look like a very nice draft for offensive linemen, tackles especially. So maybe second round could be there. You want all the tattoos? Okay, I'll keep that in mind, Steve.
I don't think I have that much room.
McKnight saying pass route running consultant hire for the offseason. How to get open. Yeah.
And run the right ones.
And Jason Vrabel's, he's their pass game coordinator. He's their wide receiver coach. He's not new. Like Jason Vrabel was here when all the receivers were really good, and he was praised as an up-and-coming young coordinator to be. A good coach who's coached all over the offense, collegiate and NFL, and in terms of route precision, Watson, we know, did have a relatively limited route tree coming into the NFL. It didn't mean that he couldn't run routes. It's just he wasn't asked to do that many at North Dakota. So he had to develop that in his game. Romeo Doubs was a smooth route runner, but not exactly the most polished route runner. Jaden Reed, kind of the same thing. Dontavian Wicks, realistically, of your young wide receivers, was the one who coming out of college was known as a precision route runner. Well, it's basically just that they haven't drafted enough route runners. They don't know what they're doing yet. So it's a work in progress, Mick. But yeah. Blake Hebbel's point of emphasis, like perchance making the correct calls. Wouldn't that be a neat point of emphasis for the refs? Like the NFL could just send out a doctrine saying this year, we're not going to screw up. Do that for a couple games. Let's see how that goes. It would be refreshing. Scott saying, really would like to see a veteran wide receiver. Yeah. There's a lot of different ways to go with that. Like, I mean, they could sign someone like a number 5 wide receiver type who's just old and knows what he's doing, almost like a Mohamed Sanu from years ago, and he was getting older and older, like almost a player coach, right? Or they go the route of signing the guy that they're legitimately going to give playing time to, and I'm not sure that that's what they want to do. I think they really want Watson, Dobbs, and Reed to grow up together. That was the plan. We're just going through the hard part of the plan. Rockinese, I just want to win. Another week of talking about next year's draft ready. I get it. We're on the topic because people mentioned how many picks the Packers have in the early portion of the draft. So it's not looking ahead to the draft because the Packers suck. It's more just the acknowledgement of they have a lot of ammunition, and that could mean good things for the future. So yeah, but I get what you mean. That's why in my recorded stuff I haven't talked about the draft really at all. So, all right.
Solar Miner says 3 awesome tackles and about 5 second rounders.
Okay. That's like fair. I mean, I haven't looked into the draft that much, but still, I mean, that gives you 8 top 64 worthy tackles. That is a pretty heavy class in that regard. So that bodes well for a team that may very well need a left tackle of the future, especially with what happens with Zach Tom. He's going to kick inside. Is he the right tackle of the future? There's questions to be answered there as well. So good to know.
And Chris saying, I know why last week we played off 10 yards. Our quarterback likes to play rock, paper, scissors, and we lost every time. Funny mood activated.
More like Joe Barry played a game of rock, paper, scissors against the Vikings O coordinator and lost. Then it was like this offhanded, like, all right, you'll get more space. And then it certainly worked for Minnesota. God, I know we didn't have a watch party last week, but man, was I frustrated about what was going on and how deep they were playing. It just, Kirk Cousins picked it apart all day until he went out. So, Solar Miner, is Kenny Clark injured? Yeah, he left the game on a cart earlier. Like Hebbles updated that it was a shoulder injury and he is questionable to return at this point. I have not seen any updates. Granted, I haven't looked much, but of what exactly the injury may be, what they're really looking at. But we know shoulder injury. We know questionable to return at this juncture. So there you have it. 7-3. Packers still in the lead in spite of a missed field goal, in spite of the refs ending 2 drives for them.
Woo-woo.
So let me take a look. Let me do some right share on my secondary screen about the offensive offsides stuff. And I want to see if anyone's talking about it. Okay. Okay, all I can say right now is everyone's angry. Like that's very, very easy to say. Oh my. If you just search offensive offsides on Twitter looking for some kind of explanation, all it is Packer people pissed. Like that's the first 100 tweets is everyone just angry. So the only thing that I'm seeing here.
No, Steven, I'm not going to. Nasty.
She's feeling mostly better. All I'm seeing here is people like trying to say it's all about the neutral zone, and helmets are like the guard's helmet was over the line for the neutral zone. You know, that imaginary space. That is all I am seeing for any type of explanation at all. Oh yeah, there's even there's even non-Packer people in the tweets being all kinds of like, what is wrong with the NFL? So welcome to the team, other fans. All right, so here we go. Returning to game action for the second half. Rams with the kickoff, Packers ball. Keyshawn Dixon bringing it out of the end zone, and he's got
Keep going.
Johnson returns it all the way. Did he get past midfield? If not, he's darn close. So the Packers again, going to have favorable field position to get another drive started.
And as of right now, there's no flag on a return.
Yeah. Well, we're in the second half now. We don't do nearly as many seconds.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Very, very nicely done there. Good blocking. Nixon found his lane. That's the Keyshawn Nixon we missed right there. Solar Miner salary cap for next year. There's room. Let's just say that, and I can pull up the exact numbers later if there's a break in the game. There's room, but not nearly as much room as 2025. Like next year, Packers you'll probably still see some restructures, maybe some cuts, stuff like that. Love and shotgun takes the snap. There we go. Quick out to
Wait, what?
Wicks. Okay, so it was a quick out to Wicks. Wicks made the catch and then attempted to reach the ball forward, roll for the first down. But in doing so, the hand holding the ball, he kind of smacked onto the ground and the ball came popping out, where then a Ram defender recovered. But, I mean, that would be the ground causing a fumble, wouldn't it? Which the ground can't do?
Fumble.
Okay, so the refs are calling it a catch and then a fumble. But okay. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Mm-hmm. So after the ref made the call, Wicks looks sad. I mean, as he should. He just had a turnover. Like Rook messed up. He was trying to do too much. And his head was hanging low, and you saw Aaron Jones walk over and forcibly take his helmet, turn it up, and then talk to him eye to eye. That is leadership to the nth degree. Really, really nice to see from Aaron Jones. I don't know. In regards, I see a couple questions about ground not being able to cause a fumble. It wasn't knee down before ball came out. Janelle saying he wasn't down, so it's a fumble. Either way, Rippon takes the snap, lunges left as he evades pressure, completes it over to Royce Freeman, going to be a gain of about 7, as he just found basically the only open guy. Few Packers condensed down on the tackle. That's going to set up about 2nd and 3 for the Rams as we come back. Rams with some of their best field position of the day now. Oh, cool. Yash is out with a back injury. Lake Hebbles, you always bring good news. Thanks.
We appreciate it, but come on, man.
Chris Hand saying, John couldn't help but ask, since you're at home, if we rushed only 2 players again, what is the first thing you would throw across the room? I have a pen right here.
This lethal with pens.
It's probably flying. Let's just get real. All right, handoff from Rippon to Royce Freeman, who finds a lane, gains about 10 on the carry. That's going to be a Rams first down. Under 14 minutes to go in the third. And there you see Aaron Jones, arm around Wicks on the sideline.
Somebody else is there too.
I think that's Romeo maybe sitting next to him. Just talking it through with Wicks. Talking it through with the rookie. That's Janelle, he wasn't touched, so he wasn't down. The only question I have with that is how does the ground come into play then? And Janelle, maybe you know that. I'm not familiar enough with fumble rules anymore, but I don't know. This is one I'm sure the refs got right, and I just don't know the technicality behind it. And Rippon drops back, completes it to receiver 15, who is open, just chilling in the zone. Looked like one of the Packers dropped their zone too low, because there was 2 Packers were running to try to make up for something on that completion. Okay. Campbell cut in front of the receiver trying to deflect it, but he was too low. So that's a completion and a first down now for the Los Angeles Rams. Lake Hebbles, don't ask about Kenny, then brother. Don't bring the vibes down. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Rams. They are now on the 29-yard line. Quick toss to Royce Freeman, who
for
is
a loss of yards.
Woo! Kingsley Enigbare ran like a book, and then McDuffie ran back to finish off the tackle. Enigbare and McDuffie combining to bring Royce Freeman down on the halfback toss way behind the line of scrimmage. Both of them just evading their blocks really, really well, and then making a secure tackle, McDuffie especially. Loss of 5, setting up 2nd and 15. Rippon now in shotgun, empty set all around him. He takes the snap, throws deep and right.
Flag on the play.
Puka's along the sideline, makes the catch. Looks like he got both feet in, but we do have a flag. 1 foot.
Yeah,
And then he drags the 2nd foot. So that would be a first down catch, but
pass interference.
Pass interference on Puka. And so it's coming back. Oh. Yeah, I mean, Valentine was in coverage, and Puka at the top of his route just kind of took Valentine's helmet and just shoved it. And Valentine went to the ground. That's a no, Puka.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
2nd and 25 now for the Rams. Packers need to take advantage now. Solar Miner saying Reggie White hip tossing tackles is my favorite player. Yeah, that was always the best. The hump move. Yeah. Rippon in shotgun takes the snap. Looks like the pass is deflected at the line, setting up 3rd and 25. All right, Joe Barry, this is literally what your defense is built for. Like this, stopping 3rd and long is exactly what the Joe Barry defense is built for. Woo, if we can't stop this, oh boy. But Carl Brooks, the rookie, getting his mitt up there, deflecting that ball away. Love to see it. 3rd and 25. Empty set around Rippon. He takes the snap and shotgun.
There's somebody there.
Rolls back, throws it to Henderson, who's open. And Henderson gains maybe 10 of it.
Maybe.
Either way, way short of a first down. And the Rams now contemplating field goal as it's going to set up 4th and about 15, I'm guessing, once they actually put it on the screen. 4th and 17, it only gained 8. Still would be a mighty long field goal, I do believe. And so they're keeping the offense out there. They're going to go for it on 4th and 17. Joey Badass, this is what you're made for. This is your time. Rippon in shotgun. He's got a running back next to him. Only 2 on the play clock. The running back goes out into the slot. Rippon now alone. And call the late game. Call it. Call it. There we go. We got a play. That play clock was on 0 for a mighty long time. And indeed, delay of game. So that pushes the Rams back to being 4th and 22. Assuming, I don't know, LaFleur was kind of making motion like they were going to decline it, right? No, he must have been referencing something else. 4th and 22, Evans now on to punt for the Rams. Chris, our defense will get the energy back. You ain't kidding. Defense stood tall.
Right.
They made a play. Steve is real. Yeah, I got to ask John, who's his favorite Packer of all time?
All time.
All time. I do love my history, Steve. I got to give that some contemplation. Evans with the punt. It's not just a clean answer for me. Jaden Reed makes the fair catch at about the 16-yard line where the Packers will take off. One of their worst field positions of the day for the Packers on this upcoming drive. All right, commercial break. That's a good time for me to think. If you're going old, like let's break this down by era. All right, so let's go old first. Like let's go Lombardi era. Favorite player from that era is probably going to be one Vern Llewellyn. He was a punter for the team. He was an end for the team. Back in that era, the guys did everything, and he was a stud of studs at that time. The fact that he's not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame to this point, along with his counterpart, Lavi Dilwig, is a mistake by the NFL Hall of Fame. They were both finalists in the expanded class of 2020. The fact that they're still not getting consideration is a joke, and I'm prepared to write letters. But Vern Llewellyn, favorite from that era. If you want to skip ahead to the next era, it would, of course, be like Don Hudson. Going beyond that, the Lombardi era. I love so many. You want me to pick one from the Lombardi era? It's rude. I need to think on this. I'm not prepared because I know whatever I say, I'm going to be held to for eternity. Like if you're on a first date and you get asked what's your favorite movie, and you just blurt out an answer, and the next time you go see that movie, but you secretly hated that movie, it's bad business. So like, I got to think about this. I don't want to put anything on recording that I don't want to say for sure. I'll have an answer for you, Steve. It's coming. Chris, can we reserve the question? Reverse. Oh, what is the Bears player that sucked the most, you think? I have to put the flame to the rivalry. Chris, the one that I loved going up against, let's say that, Jay Cutler. Because it was just a guarantee. Like, Packers may not pick off every one, but you got 3 to 4 chances every game. You can just bank on it for like momentum-altering interceptions every single time the Packers and Bears would go at it. Love it. I loved going against Jay Cutler. So I gotta go with Jay Cutler. Other than that, other Bears that I love to see, like Brian Urlacher, I respect. I would have loved to see him lose, but he was too damn good. I loved it when Danny Trevathan would get burned. Whenever the Packers are going against Trevathan, because remember, he was the one with the super dirty hit against Davante Adams early in Adams' career. Loved it anytime the Packers were able to beat him from then on out. Packers with the ball back, and it's a handoff to Dillon, who breaks at least one tackle, then cuts right, turns that into about a 4-yard gain, getting the Packers up to about the 20. So Packers now going to have about a 2nd and 6. Steve is real. Yeah, Lombardi era. I say Jim Taylor. Certainly underrated, but so is his counterpart, Paul Hornung. Like in NFL lore, it's like Hornung and Taylor have like fallen down the conversation, and they shouldn't have. They're one of the best duos of all time, and they don't get talked about it like it. 2nd and 5 now. Love in the pistol. Watson in motion going left, and it is a handoff to A.J. Dillon.
Who gets the first
Dillon
down?
With a nice little cutback for the first down. That's gain of about 8.
And there's a flag out.
The refs are feeling lonely, so they throw a flag. Let's see what it is. Holding offense, back it up, not a first down. So now it's going to be 2nd and longer. Josh Myers called with the hold, and to this point, Myers has actually had some really, really nice plays. So let's see what this is. Okay. I mean,
a little bit on the end.
I mean,
but not
when the defender tried to cut back. Like, I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess. Didn't look egregious, that's for sure. 2nd and 15 now for the Packers. Love in shotgun, and he does take the snap. And he throws left to Dillon, who's a good 5 yards behind the line. Dillon's got to do a whole bunch of dancing to get past the line. Turns it into about a 3-yard gain, setting up 3rd and 12. Chris Hand. When Bart Starr told Coach Lombardi to not yell at him in front of the players, probably made Coach... probably because of his will to stand up. Yeah. I know there are a couple books on it, but the leadership lessons, the books that could have yet to be written from Lombardi and Starr together, you want to talk about the epitome of leadership on one team. Incredible stuff. I love reading about those two. And let me get there. Love tossing it to Jones. Jones getting most of the first, probably picks up about 11, but a completion to Jones. They're going to see exactly where they mark it, see if the Packers pick this up. But I mean, 3rd and 12, and they essentially run like basically a sweep to Jones, or a screen. And Jones,
I think he got it. Oh yeah,
I stand corrected. That's a first down.
He got that.
Yeah, he did. Aaron Jones, the first down. Nice. All right, so 1st and 10. Love now with a quick toss to Jones going up the right side. Jones finds a seam. Jones! No! Jones gained a first down on the halfback toss, but then as he's going down, the ball pops loose, and it's a fumble. Rams scoop it up, and the Rams have the ball. Oh, the one downfall of Aaron Jones's career has been fumbles.
Yeah, his arm completely got taken.
But there's his knee is on the ground. I still think they're going to say that ball was coming out first. And that's going to be Rams ball. That's twice now. 2 drives shortened by fumbles. Oh, Steve, maybe we should be called the Green Bay Penalties instead of the Packers. Yeah. Solar Miner saying Lofton in the 70s. Yeah. Talk about someone who's kind of become underrated in Packers history, James Lofton. And then 80s, you got like John Anderson, maybe, yeah, but I'd probably go John Anderson. He was, except for Ted Hendricks, his one magical year, right? And then 90s, like my favorite was Robert Brooks. I was all about Robert Brooks back. I, like little 3rd grade me, had a Robert Brooks jersey, and my friends and I, we would practice the Lambeau leap all the time because of Robert Brooks. Like we all had Robert Brooks posters. Like I was all about Robert Brooks. Like he was totally my favorite in that era. So let's see. Commando G-Man saying, was just about to say that Matt does not want lack of using Jones to be a reason for loss. Yep. And if Matt was looking for justification to not use Jones the rest of the game, he just found it. But they're not going to do that. They will keep turning to Jones as he's earned the right to keep on getting the ball. Yeah. We've seen this before. Like the fumbles has been the one thing that has plagued Aaron Jones's career. And there it happens again. Mick, are they developing consistency? Consistently penalized, Mick. But it was starting to look that way, wasn't it? It was starting to look that way. Like Hebbles, word is used too much. That is unacceptable. What word? Like Hebbles, what word? Word is used too much. Word. Trying to remember back. I don't know. I don't know. Like Hebbles, I don't know what you're talking about. Steve is really, 80s Paul Kaufman. Oh, that's legit. Yeah, that's fair. Scott saying Favre and Sharp. Yep, totally understand that. I just remember as a kid having the level of affinity that I did for Robert Brooks. Loved it. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Ripping with the ball, hands it off to Royce Freeman, who gets like 5. They earn about half of the down. So going to be 2nd and 5 now for the Rams. Oh, the Jones fumble is unacceptable. Yeah, it's unfortunate at the very least. Solar Miner saying we need a defensive turnover. We do. Like swing momentum back in the Packers in a hard way, right? That would be great. 2nd and 4 now for the Rams. Ripping under center. He takes the snap, hands it off to, I think that's Freeman again. Freeman kind of pulled out, but then Freeman loses the ball.
Come on. We got it.
Who's got it? Who got it?
I think it's us. I think it's
I think that's Anthony Johnson Jr. I think so. Did he get it?
I think we got it.
Where does the ball come out? All right, so McDuffie's pulling him down. That's going to be coming back. He's down. Yeah, Freeman's down. Boo! Yeah, oh, damn near his entire leg is on the ground. And then it squirts out. Ah! That would have been so nice. Janelle Runner was down. Yeah, absolutely he was. Almost his entire leg was on. Solar Miner, I see the offensive line coach is gone next year. Luke Butkus. Here's the thing. Like, this is where I'm on the coaching staff. Yeah, call reversed. Okay, still Rams ball. If the season continues the way that it is, I think we're going to see most of the position coaches gone, potentially both coordinators. Like, I think it's going to be a house cleaning around LaFleur. I think LaFleur's safe. I think it's everyone around LaFleur. However, if they can turn the season around, string together some victories, show growth, especially from the young ones, then I think a lot more people are safe than a lot of people want to acknowledge. And, but nonetheless, when it comes to evaluation, there does need to be questions, especially on the offensive line, about why have a number of veterans regressed. John Runyon Jr., Elton Jenkins is not as good as he was last year. That needs to be a legitimate question. And so we'll see. 3rd and 2 for the Rams, ripping under center. He takes the snap. Hey! Hands it off to Royce Freeman, who is pulled down way back. That's going to be a loss of 3 or 4. Isaiah McDuffie again with the tackle. That's 4th down for the Rams.
Say, you won't give me a fumble recovery? That's fine. I'll just give you a tackle for loss of yards.
Hey, we'll take it. I mean, fumble would have been nicer.
Right.
McDuffie, I really like McDuffie today is getting into the backfield a lot more often than he typically does. My knock on McDuffie while Campbell was out was too often the plays were coming to him, kind of the Blake Martinez style of inside linebacker. Today, he's pursuing hard and getting into the backfield. It's really nice to see. Haversick with another field goal attempt, this one from 49. No good! He missed it wide right. So the miscues from both teams to keep this game competitive.
Not a great day for
7-3.
field goals.
Steve is real. Yeah. Adam Stinkovich and the O-line coach and Barry will be gone. Like I said, if they can put together a run, if the young guys start showing progress, then maybe not. I think Joe Barry's evaluation, keeping his job, is completely separate from that turnaround. Because the expectations defensively would have been very easy to say, top 10 defense this year, you're gone. They don't have the youth. Yes, they've had injuries, but like they don't have the youth, they don't have the experience. Yeah, they've got their own like reasons for being deficient, like lack of complementary football, etc. But I think where it's going to come down to is last year, the defense ended the season on this big 5-game upswing. And I think that saved Barry's job because LaFleur was able to look at those 5 games and say, I don't love everything he calls, but I get along with him well, and the defense is on an upswing. So I'm going to get rid of a guy who maybe is leading this upswing. But I got to believe he came into this year on a relatively short leash. And if those philosophical differences between LaFleur and Barry are still existing, and the defense has another year where they're 15th in the NFL, 20th in the NFL, something that doesn't even threaten to crack the top 10, even if the Packers turn it around record-wise, Joe Barry may still be on the way out. The offensive coaches, I don't have the same confidence in saying that. Scott, almost seems like the rain is causing problems. Could be. Could very well be. Janelle, wow, both teams are really bad. Hey, I put on the preview, like Battle of the Losing Records at Lambeau. And yeah, miscues is the theme of the game for sure. Joseph, defense is definitely keeping us in these games. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. The consternation with the defense comes with the level of investment on the defensive side of the ball and the level of individual talent. I think the argument can easily be made that the parts on defense are greater than the sum. And that generally is a coordinator problem, right? You want the sum to be greater than the parts if you got a good coordinator. When the parts are greater than the sum, it means you got the talent. You don't necessarily have the guy pulling the strings to pull them together. So, but yeah, I very much agree. This year, absolutely the defense is keeping them in the game. No doubt about it. All right, here we go. 6:29 going the third. Green Bay taking over the ball at the 39. Love when play action. He's searching for somebody. Nobody's open down the field, so he hits Musgrave on the check down, goes for about 5 yards. Love now 12 of 17 on the day throwing the ball. Should be right about the century mark in terms of yardage as well.
I mean, Musgrave at least didn't go down right away on that play, but he really does need to stay on his feet.
For a man his size, he goes down too easily. That's true. No doubt about it.
He completely lowered himself on that when he didn't really need to.
Yeah. Yeah. Second and 4. Love in shotgun. It's another play action, but Love finds someone down the field. There we go. Love goes right back to Dontavian Wicks, who's open between the zones of the Rams.
And kept the ball.
Yes, he did. He didn't reach it out this time. That's a huge play, about a 20-yard gain and a first down for the Green Bay Packers. Oh, Jonnu Smith, that's neat. Running for a 60-yard touchdown. I cut him off one of my fantasy teams this week. That's cool. That's the league that I'm 1-7 in, so don't take advice from me if I ever talk about that league. And by the way, just to save my reputation, that team had Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, Christian Watson, Kieran Williams, like everyone who's on IR was on that team. So, I don't want to hear it. Okay. The team's having a rough go. Everyone else, I'm in like first place. All right, Love dropping back here, and he's going deep, and he's got Musgrave. Musgrave makes the catch, but again, per his theme, goes to the ground while making the catch. But the Packers get up to about the 12-yard line now, putting themselves in beautiful spot here. Oh, I love this angle from the camera. If you're watching the telecast, Love just, he watched Musgrave run the route the whole way. Musgrave just got past the coverage. The linebacker on Musgrave couldn't keep up and found him for separation. Very, very nicely done. Packers now with the 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line, 4:25 to go in the third quarter. Love in shotgun again, takes the snap, hands it off to Aaron Jones, who gains 3, 4, maybe ish, something like that. Oh. Second down now. Steve is real. Yeah. I love Wicks. I want to do backflips, but can't get bad knees. I'm too heavy. Let's be real.
You can't do a backflip.
Mick saying, go to an open space, catch the ball, go forward. It's like it doesn't have to be hard, right, Mick? Maybe they're beginning to figure it out. But offense doesn't have to be hard.
And hold on to the ball.
Yeah, that was a bit of a problem last week.
1.
Love in shotgun, gets the snap off, hands the ball to Dylan. Dylan's got a nice little lane, and he gains a bunch.
I'll take it.
Gets up to about the 4-yard line. And still about 2 yards short of the first down line, 4 yards short of the end zone.
Not gonna lie, he didn't look like he was gonna get through the line of scrimmage on that one, but he got through it.
He found a hole. Lake Hebels, this defense is not what it should be, but if this offense was scoring on field goals on at least turnover given by the D, several games look very different. Yeah, I don't disagree. It's my constant yearning for a defense that can dictate games, not allow games to come to them. Especially
when the offense doesn't allow.
Yeah. Unequivocally, the defense is keeping the Packers in the game. They have not been the biggest problem this season. But I really think to ascend to being a contender again, I want to see that kind of defense. Love takes the snap. It's play action again. He's rolling out right. Aaron Donald's on him. Oh. And Aaron Donald finishes him. So the Packers lose yardage. Going to be 4th down. You could just tell, Love thought he had a chance to get away, but Donald kind of shoestring him.
Yep, got him right by the heels.
Yeah, just caught on the shoestring there. So Love goes down at 6-7 yard line ish. And yeah, it doesn't help that Dobbs slipped on his route and then had to get back up. Yep. Here's what it is. 4th and 6. So a 26-yard attempt for Anders Carlson from the right hash. And that's good. 26 yards. He's good. And the Green Bay Packers, I finally get to update this ticker. Boy, it's been a while. But that's going to make it Packers 10, Rams 3. Take it. Commando G-Man getting open. Yeah, right. Finally on that drive. Love had some guys to throw to, no doubt about it. Chris Hand, ref, reaching first flag. I'm assuming that's Stewie Griffin behind him. I wouldn't pull that flag if I was you. The best thing is I can actually picture Family Guy animating that. Stewie standing behind him. Man, I just can hear the voice. I love it, Chris. By the way, Chris, you mentioned earlier having a joke for Claudia. Feel free. Absolutely go ahead. You tell that joke. Steve is real. Yeah, I wonder if Musgrave is afraid of taking a big hit. He took his shot a couple weeks ago. Who was that against? That was one of the dirty plays I was referencing earlier. Kareem Jackson from the Broncos is the one that lit up Musgrave. Maybe that's a part of it, but this problem for Musgrave of going down early or being brought down by easy tackles, it's a collegiate problem for Musgrave that he hasn't been able to kick. It's just always been a thing for him. He's a big dude who's got to find his footing. Maybe he needs to read A.J. Dillon's book of Quadzilla Finds His Footing. Can't hurt, but that's the thing with Musgrave. All the athletic potential in the world, and yet he falls. So they got to see development in that regard for Musgrave. No doubt. Chris, all right, here you go.
What did the Rock say to the other Rock? What did they say? I don't know.
You appreciate how he put it in separate comments for you. Now we got to wait on the punchline.
No, the suspense is killing me.
Oh my God. Chris, rocks don't talk. Oh my God.
You are a comic genius.
I know the game hasn't been that eventful, but we don't have to stoop this low, Chris.
Oh.
All right, 10-3 Packers. Let's go.
So even at work today, I really didn't have that many people try and tell me bad jokes.
Well, that's nice. Doesn't change for you.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when you work in a restaurant, the things that people say to you are just crazy.
Yeah. 10-3 Packers. 2:10 to go in the third. Come on. Let's play the game.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Carlson with the kickoff now, and there it goes. And that's...
You weren't going to run that at all?
Interesting. The kickoff only goes to about the 3, but nonetheless, a fair catch is called. So Rams will take over the ball in the 25.
There's
I mean,
nobody there yet, though.
Yeah. He just didn't have faith he could gain 22, I guess. Steve wants to know what kind of restaurant you work at.
A family diner.
Yep.
Good old diner food, slinging some hash.
All right. 10-3. Packers Rams. There we go. Rippin with the snap. He drops back, finds Tutu Atwell along the left, close to the sideline. And that gains a couple. Certainly doesn't do much for the Rams' offensive prowess here, but it gains a couple, makes second down a little easier. Solar Miner saying we should have a trivia party, insurance future, maybe the draft, where we all go hang out. So on Monday, tomorrow, oh God, 2nd and 7, Rippin takes the snap, rolls back right. It's play action. He's rolled way back. Oh, Giant! That's the Jair that got the big contract. That's the Jair we love.
No.
Dives in front of the pass. That is a pure pass breakup.
Not today.
For one, Jair Alexander. And he's on Cup, of all people. Yeah, Jair just knew the ball was going to get there. Cut in front of Cup. Actually came a lot closer to getting the pick than I thought.
Close.
That was,
I think just the ball was not in the right position in his hands.
Yeah.
All of that was so close.
His hands were almost like too spread in order to cup the ball and bring it in. 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. Rippin takes the snap. He's going deep right.
And it's caught.
Puka with the first down. Joe. Your defense is built for 3rd and 8s, Joe. Kirk Cousins killed him last week.
Get your hand out there.
He was so far away.
So close.
Yeah. But nonetheless, first down for the Rams. Miserable Goat, hello to you. I'm here. Hello. Good to see you.
A couple saying, one time I accidentally tipped my waitress $100 instead of 10. She came back and asked if I had made a mistake, but my panicked self said, "Oh God, I'm sorry. Was that not enough? Do you want to come into my restaurant?"
Rip and drop it back. He's rolling right. He's looking for somebody. He's going deep.
Oh.
Jair again leaping. I'm not going to lie. That was dangerous. If Jair didn't get a hand on that was a big gain for Atwell because Jair cut that off by plenty. Did he actually deflect?
No, he didn't.
No, Jair.
He's very lucky that Atwell can't catch a ball. But yeah, look, couples, you can come in anytime.
Yeah, $100 tip, please. Like Pebbles, actually.
Actually,
I understand. Also,
because I wouldn't want to be like, no, I did make a mistake.
All right, so Rippin drops back, throwing to the right
to nobody.
Puka wasn't even close. Incomplete pass. It's going to set up 3rd and 10 now for the Rams. 43 seconds to go in the third. Lake Hebel's defense is built for 3rd and 8 with a major lead. Looky here, Lake Hebels. I'm with you. I also, I don't hate Joe Barry. I'm not like most people. But man, a 10-3 lead is enough to stop a 3rd and 8. If your philosophy only stops 3rd and 8 when you're up by 20, it's concerning.
Come on,
get there. So Rippin had time.
Oh, and almost a first down.
Yeah, Rippon had time. Gary eventually got there, but it didn't matter. He got rid of the ball, completed it to his receiver. Going to be a gain of about 7, setting up 4th down for the Rams. Miserable Goat. I'm willing to bet they blame Love for Wick's fumble along with Jones. Matt, Love, the thing is, they're just not throwing it last drive, notwithstanding. They're not going deep today. Rams going for it on 4th, Rippon under center. So that'll be the knock, right? That they don't trust Love to throw it. But neither one of those plays is even remotely on Love. Like, even it is. This is another game not lost by Love. Let's say that. Miserable Goat saying at least our defense is trying. You ain't wrong.
That's
Defense
true.
is
They're
looking
still
pretty good.
out there.
Whoa. Chris Hand saying, Steve, I just spoke a foreign language. I didn't know I could try. Oh, okay. That's in reference. All right. We'll get there in a minute. Like Elves, I know boss is just trying to parody the Simpson line, worst day of my life so far. Okay, that's fair. Now it's a quality joke. But
I think Chris is talking about Steve saying "say race car" backwards.
Say race car backwards. It's
race
race
car.
car. Chris, did you not get that? Because you spoke foreign language. Chris! Chris, you got to think, man. Before you try sounding it out, just look at it. Scott, defense is playing more physical today. You're not wrong. It's I don't want to tie everything back into Razul, but like Carrington Valentine today, at the very least, is taking on the mantle of being that very physical corner. It's good to see at 2 plays on this drive, Jair laying out. Like, there have been times this year with his back that Jair would not have even attempted to defend some of these throws. Today he's full on laying out. That does bode well for Jair's health as well as the future and at least the immediacy, right? And other than that too, a lot more group tackling, a lot more swarming today for the Packers defense. Very, very encouraging. Scott, now you say like to see some sacks. Yeah, they're getting good pressure on Rippon. They get good pressure every week. But one of the issues is the pressure doesn't necessarily get there quick enough to truly affect the play. Warren Sharp on Twitter, who's kind of a football analytics guru, he put out this week a ranking of all 32 teams, how long, regardless of how many pressures they have on the year, on average, how long it takes to get the pressure. So from when the ball is snapped, start a stopwatch, how long does it take for a defender to actually affect the play? The Packers are very high on most NFL lists about how many pressures they have. Total pressures are doing very, very well. But they rank 21st, I believe it was, for sure in the 20s, in terms of speed of when the pressures arrives. And that is perhaps why we don't see more sacks. Rams going for it on 4th and 2. They hand it off to Freeman. Freeman is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Kobe Wooden, the rookie. These rookie front defenders for the Packers are showing up today. Bringing Freeman down for no gain. That's Packer football. We got a lead in the 4th quarter.
I know.
And the defense is making stops. Man, look at them go.
We're not even bending right now.
No, it's not even bend but don't break. There's no new bend. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was nice.
This is the
Love
defense
Kobe
that
Whitmer's
we've
potential.
wanted to see when we only have 10 points.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. I mean, it's true.
This is the defense that we have wanted this entire season when our offense is still not producing numbers.
You're right. It does help that they're going against Rippon and not Matthew Stafford.
It's true.
But you can only play who you go up against. So I won't fault him for it. Aaron Jones on the halfback toss gains, maybe 1. So going to set up like a 2nd and 9 for Green Bay. Let's see. But anyway, Scott, to your point, yeah, I think that's why we're not seeing more sacks is because in terms of they're getting a lot of pressures, but the pressures on average are slower than most other teams getting pressures. And that leads to a lack of sacks. You're still altering the play for the benefit of your entire defense, but you're not finishing. And that's what the Packers realistically need to improve on. So Love in shotgun takes the snap on 2nd and 8, and he's looking for something, but then the pressure gets there.
Oh,
Yeah,
nothing.
okay, that was a mess. Love was winding up to go deep, but then the pressure got there, affected his right arm. So Love pulled the ball back in. The pocket was collapsing around him, so then he just had to get rid of it. Whoa!
Ooh.
Whoa! Love
Ooh.
nearly fumbled. He nearly sacked. He avoided all of it. Dang, Love.
Oh my gosh.
And then still got rid of it to Jones on the left.
Yeah, but it
wasn't a great throw.
incomplete.
Jones couldn't catch it. Would have been
But it was
5 yards behind the line.
incomplete versus
Incomplete.
Zach.
Yeah. Is he? Whoa. The Rams defender on the screen, was he like branded on his arm? Did anybody else see that? That didn't look like a standard tattoo. Like the skin was lifted. That looked like branded. Dang. I ever want to do that.
What are we doing?
All right. Love dropping back. 3rd and
we're sacked. Oh,
Okay, so it's 3rd and 16. Love drops back. Love tries to like flip it forward. I mean, he was getting crushed. Donald was there. Multiple Rams were bringing him down. Love tried to flip it. Instead, it just goes straight into the ground. Jones came running over, Sheed Walker's back in the game, by the way, so Yash is still out with his injury. Tried to scoop it up and advance the ball, and then Jones lost the ball while he was still trying to gain control. The Rams eventually dove on it. Regardless, looks like it's ruled as an incomplete pass. So 4th and 16 for Green Bay, 13:44 to go in the game, and Dan Whelan, the Irishman, is on to punt. My goodness.
that was so much happening.
That was just straight up like that was backyard football right there. Scott Anthony Johnson Jr. is more physical than Darnell Savage. Yeah, for sure. And this pairing specifically, Anthony Johnson Jr., but then Jonathan Owens like deserves his credit. He's one of the better tackling safeties in the league, and he's been good at tackling this year for Green Bay. It's coverage that is very concerning in regards to Jonathan Owens.
There we go. Good stop.
Suckers the punt, decent return, gains about 10 on the return. So Rams going to have decent field position as we come back.
30?
Thereabouts? Okay.
I think 20, 30, something around there.
Miserable goat. Imagine if they told us to play good and they fire certain people. I know you're in the camp of fire people. You know, I was mentioning earlier before you got here, if the Packers can turn around some stuff, if the youth of the team begins looking more in sync, some of the execution problems go down, I won't be shocked if it's a quiet offseason in regards to firing. I did go into a big explanation earlier about like how Joe Barry is kind of separate from the whole thing, but the offense starts showing signs of life and puts together a good string here. I wouldn't be shocked if many are saying, Commando offense trying to say, hold my beer. Yeah. We'll go. Love just practiced the ass. Like flipping it? And then also saying Love trying way too hard not to lose and looking bad doing it. Yeah, on that particular drive, his offensive line did him no favors. He was getting collapsed on pretty quick on that drive. Steve is real. Yeah. Can anyone answer this? Why is Aaron Donald so fast and quick? I got nothing for you. Besides the fact that he's 30 years old and already revered as one of the best defensive linemen ever. And normally I hate saying that. Like, I hate modern NFL analysis that says, this player's going to be the best wide receiver ever. You have 100 years worth of wide receivers to compare him to. And unless you've watched Don Hudson and compared stats and everything like that, then you better not say statements like that or comparing any position to any. I just hate the hyperbole of like all-time rankings when you don't even know who played in the 1930s. Like if you're going to make an all-time ranking, you better be a freaking historian. Aaron Donald legitimately has been impactful long enough to where he can be discussed in the echelon of some of the best D linemen ever, which is crazy. Like he's just that good. So in terms of strong and fast and quick and all that stuff, I don't know, but if he had some magic key, I'm sure he would have given it to his teammates, and he hasn't. So, Chris Hand, see what happened was it's the kind of play like you're at a bar sitting there with drinks and you're trying to recap with your friends. So, like, here's what happened. Love had the ball, and then he didn't have the ball, and then Jones had the ball, and then he didn't have the ball, and the Rams had the ball, and they didn't have the ball, and it was chaos. 13 and a half to go in the game.
Ooh, almost sacked.
Rippon drops back to the pass, looking deep left, but Enigbari and Van Ness there with the pressure. I think Van Ness was the one who really got the hit on him because Brett Rippon just got his bell cleaned. Van Ness, the one with the pressure and the very clean
Beautiful.
Got to start playing Lucas Van Ness more. But bringing him down in a clean way. Love to see it. Incomplete. Rams going to have second down. 13 and a half to go in the game. Play clock under 10. Rippon in shotgun. Darrell Henderson, the running back next to him. 2 wide receivers off to the left. Tight end and wide receiver off to the right. Rippon takes the snap. Drops back. He's going deep left.
Tipped.
Jair's there. So Jair reaches up, tips the ball back to Anthony Johnson Jr., who's getting his first career start today and gets his first career interception. The bread dropped right into his basket. He grabbed that ball. There's the turnover we've been looking for, folks. Beautiful. Anthony Johnson Jr., my draft crush. Attaboy. I love it. Oh, so happy.
That's the Jair that we love to see.
Yeah.
Jair's getting in there today.
Yes, that was great. I mean, earlier in the game, there were 2 completions that Jair allowed that it looked like, oh, this is last week Jair again. Like he's not even contesting stuff. Right. Jair has come to life.
I like it.
Jair is looking back. Love it. Love it. Solar Miner's so hard on our defense this year. What do you mean in reference to, Solar? Are you talking about me or everybody, or things are just hard for them, or the offense has made things hard for them? Let me know exactly what you mean. But yeah, the defense has absolutely kept them in games that they had no business keeping them in. I fully admit that. It's more of just a philosophical difference that I maintain.
Just an interesting decision.
Yes, my boy came up big, no fly zone. Woo! Let's see. Steve was real. Yeah, I'm going up to Green Bay to get some AJ Johnson. I'm not even sure Anthony Johnson Jr. rookie cards are a thing, man. Generally, Panini doesn't make rookie cards of 7th round draft picks, so it might be a not fruitful endeavor for you. And
you go try.
As Grassi would say, P for the D, no disrespect intended. Steven is here almost every week, and he's the one who keeps that going. Flow for the O, P for the D.
Yeah. Yes.
But Miserable Goat, you carry it on this week. And then Chris, there it is.
Chris has joined in.
Don't get me started. Yeah, but yeah, I know that is Grassi's thing. He's got several things.
Yes.
Yes. He is one person who I've yet to meet. I have never personally met Tom Grassi, never had the opportunity to do so. I know he led his people to raid our stream. Yes. Was that 2-3 weeks ago?
It was 2 weeks ago because we didn't have a stream last week.
Yeah, and I do think Tom Grassi and I sorry if you're not a fan of Grassi out there, but I do think he and I would get along pretty darn well. Love in shotgun takes the snap, throws it out left to Wicks.
For a first down.
Wicks doing either an out or a back shoulder regardless. That is a first down for the Packers. Another completion to Wicks, who's getting more playing time today, which I love to see. I would love to see ball placement here, but they're still playing the interception. Nice. That was nice all the way around. So, come on. Show where the ball is.
There we
go. So they are in Rams territory. They've got the ball on the Rams 39. Quick pitch out to Aaron Jones, trying to find a seam. He breaks one tackle, but then loses his footing, goes out of bounds after about a 6-yard gain.
I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll still take it.
2nd and 4. All right. I swear to God, my fantasy just knows. Because guess who's not playing for me this week? Aaron Jones. Because,
yeah.
Matt LaFleur never uses Aaron Jones to his greatest ability.
You had some tough choices this week.
Yeah.
Second
and now he's got touchdown.
I mean,
my bench is running all the
we
points.
talked about this earlier in the week, that this is going to be Jones's game to come back. Dylan,
very nice run by
Dylan up the middle.
First down.
Absorbs some contact, keeps going. That's probably about an 8-yard run. Regardless, it's a first down for the Green Bay Packers. Injury update, Yash Nyman back. He's questionable for the rest of the game. And then, like Kebbles, if you're still out there, you might as well tell us what's going on with Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
Because you said we don't want to know, but I want to know now. Can you let us know, please? Okay. Love under center. Here, ball up on the 25, so at the very least in field goal range now. Come on. Love takes the snap, hands it off to Jones. Jones tries finding a lane. Finds a little one.
5?
Gain of about 5. Going to set up second down, 11.5 to go in the game. Packers looking to stay consistent on offense, but now you don't mind if they're not as quick-paced. Like, now, take your time a little bit.
You can relax.
This isn't the first quarter where I think you should be up-tempo. Now,
we can chill out a little bit.
Yeah, now run a little bit of clock. You got a nice 1-possession lead. You're really close to making it a 2-possession game. Enjoy. All right, so Love walking up in shotgun. Going to see the running back next to him. That would be Aaron Jones next to him. He takes the snap. It's identical to a play that they ran a few plays ago. And quick pitch out to Jones.
Oh, so close. He almost made the first down. It'll be a 3rd and short.
Yeah, Jones nearly got that first down. Brought down right about at the first down line. Going to set up a 3rd and inches, 3.5 yard for the Packers. Hey, maybe they'll do a QB sneak again and they get some random offensive offsides bullcrap called.
I've been wanting them to do a QB sneak all season. We got a young quarterback.
Yeah, they did 2 of them. Got penalties on both of them. And last I checked, Twitter's very upset about the 2 penalties. I don't know what the hell's going on.
3rd and inches, baby.
3rd and inches. Love under center. Takes the snap, drops back, hands it to A.J. Dillon.
No!
Yeah, and there were 2 defenders there to meet Dillon at the line as he was going off tackle to the right. He tried to push through, just couldn't. No gain. Going to be 4th and inches, maybe 4th and 1, depending on the spot. Yeah, I mean, who was it? Tucker Kraft. There. Oh, yeah, okay. So the 2 defenders that met A.J. Dillon were the 2 defenders being blocked by Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave. Blocking is not the strong suit of their games yet. And there you see it. So Carlson now on for a 34-yard attempt trying to make this game 13-3. Come on. Carlson with the kick. That's good. You got the score?
I got it.
Excellent. Chris Hand saying, I was working at lunch line at my school and a student couple came through. I said, you know how you make a good team? I pointed down. They both looked at the same time. They're just in sync. All right? I guess.
Well, since we're at a commercial, I think this is a great time to have a little chat because we have heard that some people have not been getting notifications on when we are going live.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're subscribed and there should be a little bell next to the subscribe button.
Mm-hmm.
Hit it and then you'll get notifications. And also I think there should be like a down bar where you can change it from personalized notifications to all notifications. I recommend doing that so that you can see either our beautiful faces or this beautiful face whenever we go live or have videos.
Well, and I will say too, like Lake Hebbles has mentioned, like he's got notifications on. It just didn't work this week. I had someone message me last week and say, YouTube unsubscribed me from you. And I didn't know what happened. So then I looked you up and found you again. Some finicky stuff is going on behind the scenes. And I know YouTube's done a bunch of updates recently, but like if you're here, just, continue tuning in. We do appreciate it. We really love you guys.
Absolutely.
Kick goes out of the about the midpoint of the end zone, then bounces out. So Rams will take over the ball at the 25 for the Rams as they attempt to come back from 10 points down. Let's see here. I do have a bunch of stuff. Let me just take a quick peek. Okay. 9:08 to go in the game. Rams with the ball. They got the ball on the 25. Rippon in shotgun again. He takes a snap, drops back, throws right. Carrington Valentine, he learned that from Jair. Got out in front of the receiver and got, like, at the very least, if he didn't hit the ball, he affected the play and stuck his arm out there. That's an incomplete pass, setting up second down.
Steve saying, I really enjoy being here. Steve,
Oh,
we really
did.
enjoy having you here.
Valentine got his hand on that, batted that away. Rippon again with another snap, 2nd and 10. And he finds Tutu Atwell, who Keyshawn
Wraps up pretty well.
Uh-oh. Keyshawn Nixon with a clean tackle, bringing Tutu Atwell down. Really good tackle by Nixon, but he's
That's
down.
not good.
Nixon is currently basically on all fours, helmet on the grass. That ain't good. Yeah, that ain't good. I mean, so Nixon steps up, like he wraps up, brings Atwell down, and he kind of has to like do one of the twisting tackles.
Oh, he's walking
all right, we're
off.
up. Nixon's,
I'm guessing it's probably an arm, shoulder kind of situation.
or wind knocked out of him, maybe.
Could be.
Who knows?
I don't know. The fact
he
that he
looks good.
tried to like push up with his arms and then went back down makes me think that it's got to be like shoulder, bicep, something going on with how he landed or something with wrapping him up.
Well, I mean, regardless, like he was able to walk off under his own power.
Yeah.
Which that's good. Ennis Gaines practice squad evaluation now in essentially as the slot corner. Looks like he's Campbell switched on to Cup. Okay. 3rd and 6 now for the Rams. Rippon dropping back, evades pressure from Gary, evades pressure from Wyatt.
Tipped.
And then it's tipped. He gets the ball off, but it's tipped.
For an incomplete. We are now 4th and 6.
I think Carl Brooks was the one again to get his hands on that and tip it away. Dang. Oh, okay. Well, they're showing the other side of the field where Ennis Gaines was, where Valentine was, where Campbell was. Glad Rippon didn't look at that side of the field.
Would not been nice.
Because the zones were, especially zony, I guess. And the punt from that, holy buckets, that's a boot. And it goes all the way back to the 9-yard line where Jaden Reed makes the catch, but Reed is doing a return.
Oh,
Reed cuts and gets up to about the 28-yard line. Nice 20-yard-ish return there for Jaden Reed. Love now coming out. 8:26 to go.
Woo, woo, woo.
Matt LaFleur looks so depressed on the sideline. Yeah, he's probably, they're only up 10 and they should be up by a bunch more. And I'm sure that is what he is dwelling on right now. But this team needs a victory in the worst kind of way. So
yes.
I think maybe if it sticks, maybe we'll see a happier LaFleur in the press conference. Chris Hand, you guys are really awesome. I love to meet you all online and enjoy the peaceful and fun talks and enjoy the game and making you all laugh. Well, thank you, Chris. We really appreciate you being here and everybody. But that means a lot. Thank you, Chris. Steve, I think we should trade Savage to Minnesota next year for Justin Jefferson. Done. Steve is real, for GM. Let's announce it now.
Done.
Savage isn't even under contract next year, so if you can really make that happen, go nuts. 1st and 10 now for Green Bay with the ball on the 28. Love.
We got to gain yards.
Quick completion to Jones in the backfield, who then gains something. 2 yards. Love is going to wind up, I think, once they update it. I think Love's going to be at 16 of 22 for 157 yards-ish. Certainly not a day where they've asked Love to throw it deep often.
Yeah.
Been a lot of behind the line of scrimmage type passes. A lot of screen type stuff. Lot of short stuff for Love today that they are asking him to do. Love under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Aaron Jones. Jones cuts back, trying to find a lane.
Nothing.
Can't. Finds one, maybe two.
2. I'll give him 2.
That's very nice of you. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Plenty of the referee gives 2.
All right.
See.
Chris and first Packer fan I meet. I will introduce them to this channel. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. We
That means
appreciate
a lot.
that.
Thank you. Mick saying, cut, pivot, run to an open spot, catch the ball, go forward. Just working on my own consistency. Yeah, like we said before, right, Mick? You know, gotta be tough. Go to where a defender's not, and you'll be successful. All right, Love taking the ball, 3rd and 6.
Ooh,
now
he's
he's throwing. Yeah, he hits Romeo
A
Dobbs.
contested catch by Romeo
There
for
we
a
go.
first down.
Romeo Dobbs is the only one on the team who's really making contested catches. Watson and Reed combined are 0 for 15 on the year in contested catch opportunities. So, but Dobbs makes the catch there on the back shoulder throw, very handsy catch. But that is a first down. Goes for like maybe 12 yards.
All right, 1st and 10.
All right, so they're lining up in shotgun, under 10 on the play clock. Musgrave's on the field. We got Watson on the field, Dobbs. And it's a handoff to Dillon.
4
and
lots of yards.
The Rams read that like a freaking book. And they barreled through whoever was trying to block on the right side there. Kobe Turner, the nose tackle, involved in amongst other Rams. But Dillon, it looks like they're not going to count it against them. But yeah, no gain on the carry for Dillon. Okay. 6 minutes to go in the game. Yeah, Rams totally looked like they expected that play call. Or they just straight up beat their blockers that bad, which, given the Packers rookie tight end, is possible.
And it could be.
2nd and 10, Love, under 5 on the play clock. He's in shotgun. Dillon, the running back next to him. He snaps. He's looking right. No one there. He looks left. He scrambles forward. Doesn't even get to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of probably 1 as Young, the rookie edge rusher for the Rams, makes the stop.
All right, 3rd and 11.
Bitter. I guess Christian Watson's costume for Halloween was Casper this year. You know, hey, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I said in training camp, out of all the receivers that just doesn't seem on the same sync with Love, it was Watson. Like those two were consistently out of sync in camp. And it's carried over. Got to believe that early season injury from Watson did them no favors on building a connection. They are not together at all.
We got
Love going
airing
deep.
it out.
Love going deep to Watson. Peter, say more bad things. Oh no.
Oh no.
God,
Damn it.
So Watson makes his first contested catch of the year.
And I bet you it's his hamstring.
Yeah, he fully extended. He made that catch. Good catch by Watson. Gets the Packers all the way up to the Rams 24, 23-yard line.
And doesn't get back up.
And he's hurt. Watson. Come on.
Well, it was nice to have him back.
Peter, I don't know how to feel right now. Like you calling people out instantaneously made something good happen.
But also,
And then
he's walking off.
all right, he's jogging under his own power. But okay, there he's moving his right arm now. I was concerned he was kind of holding his right arm real tight, and that's generally collarbone shoulder problems. But
Peter goes,
he's good.
well.
He's good. Casper just came to life.
And went
Big
back
first
to being a
down.
ghost.
Just a couple plays. He's gonna be all right. 4:40 to go in the game.
Commando saying, hopefully just win knocked.
Agreed.
Absolutely. That would be
Agreed.
amazing.
And he did kind of land on his back, so it's possible.
Chris saying, change his costume to Superman.
We'll take it.
Just
Love
Superman
taking the snap under
forgot how to
center.
land.
Quick halfback toss to
Ooh.
Jones, who gets some assistance from Musgrave getting pushed forward. That's going to be a gain of 3, maybe 4. Nope, 3 they call it. So 2nd and 7 for the Packers marching down the field.
What's going on? What are we doing?
Steve, I see your question about have you
he's
been
still
to other
walking around.
stadiums?
He's looking good.
He's looking good. And he's nodding to people like, yeah, I'm good. So we
Good.
should be all right. 20 carries today for Aaron Jones. One of the keys to the game from yours truly would give ball Aaron Jones, especially if it's a 20-touch game. Well, I'll be gosh darned, y'all. Most since week 10 of last year.
I'm just going to depress myself for a second.
Oh,
he's
whoa.
Ooh, I like it. Oh, gracious.
Love was going to sweep left, decided not to. Then he was going to sweep right, decided not to. Wound up jumping in a full circle. Love went around 360 degrees and then found Musgrave just chilling in the middle.
Wait, I want a replay. Where's the replay?
Hit Musgrave, who broke a tackle and got
Where's
in the end
the
zone.
replay?
Touchdown, Green Bay Packers. Oh, that's got to feel so good for Love.
On his feet.
Yeah, he did. Even broke a tackle. But man, so happy for Jordan Love.
Even Peter, we got a smile out of LaFleur. He's not depressed anymore. Where's the replay? I want to see a little ballerina spin.
There we go. And the extra point. It's 20-3. Yeah, I really want to see Love go 360 again.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so there's Musgrave. They're highlighting Musgrave on the telecast now.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so he does his kind of release, his delayed release route. Thing of beauty.
Oh, here we go.
So Love, he looked right, he looked left. He freaking spun 300. That's so not how that's written to do.
I will take it.
Oh my God. Love, it's whatever, man. Like, you're not supposed to do that, but hell, whatever works. Beautiful. That's so nice. So nice. All right. Lekebel sang Musgrave with the dagger. Joseph sang, yeah, Commando G-Man.
Oh, nice little hug. So cute.
Oh, man. There's pure joy on that sideline. The Packers needed this game today. No doubt about it. Chris Hand, can we please play the banjo music, please, with him doing that? Unless you're talking the Benny Hill theme. What's that? Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to think about that. Commando, this is what he was drafted to do, that route. Exactly. Yes. Yes, Commando G-Man. Luke Musgrave getting up the field. Stop calling 2-yard outs to Luke Musgrave, right? He's meant to go up seams.
They're running it. Oh!
This is going to be a big return. Until he meets Jonathan Owens.
All right,
one of the best tacklers on the team. So two special teamers there for the Packers.
He just looks so relieved, Musgrave on the bench.
I'm sure he is. Like the players, they've been so frustrated themselves. They're not immune to hearing stuff. Like, they needed this game. They needed a good game with positive results just to feel loose again, not feel so wound up about needing to be perfect, which then creates more mistakes, right? Like, it's from the movie Replacements, Quicksand. The harder you try to get out, the worse you get. Completion from Ripon to Tutu Atwell for about a 5-yard gain. And I do think the Packers, in all of their overthinking and all of their overexertion of the last month, have put themselves in quicksand, trying to constantly get out. They needed a game with positive results. There's Nixon back on the field.
All right, that's good.
Ripon dropping back. He does indeed find Cooper Kupp across the middle. Good for about
first down.
Yeah, good for about 10, maybe 12. First down for the Rams. Under 3:20 to go in the game.
They are trucking it.
So he needed this. Every one of them needed this, and I bet they are going to breathe a big sigh of relief. Ripon completing to the left. Jair coverage didn't really matter. 2-yard gain for Atwell. Peter, to be honest, I love that kid, Watson, but he's an injury-prone athlete. You know, it's not uncommon in these physical freaks like Watson is, these perfect 10 athletic graders, etc., to see soft tissue stuff. It's just not uncommon. My personal belief is that, there we go, Ripon going deep.
Go long to nobody.
Jair was on. Kupp didn't matter. That was an overthrow.
And no flag on the play. Very good job. Good job. Nice and clean.
So it's just, I'll leave it at that for now, but it's just not uncommon to see these freak athletes have soft tissue problems. And Watson, I'm afraid, is falling into that category. Anthony Solis, touchdown! Congrats on the win. Yes, indeed. Joseph saying, Claudia, love the comment. He stayed on his feet.
It's true. I'm so proud of him.
It's a big deal. Like Evil's just like we drew it up.
Exactly.
With the spin.
Yes. It is needed to confuse the defense.
David, go Packers. Amen. Go Pack, go. Rams now on the 44-yard line of the Packers side of the field. Ripon takes a snap in shotgun. He's looking for somebody, and he finds 81. One of their wide receivers, Jerry Alexander, with the tackle. I believe that's Skoronrik. Ben Skoronrik, however you say that. I've never been able to say that one. I'm not going to lie. But that.
4th and 2. Watson is heading to the locker room. Bye, Watson.
That's not.
But he's running. He's running.
Yeah, because I don't think it was a leg injury. 4th and 2.
It's hard to run with a broken collarbone.
Steve is real. Yeah, McDuffie has stepped up his game. Yes, he has. I mentioned him earlier. Like, my frustration with McDuffie, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. But very Blake Martinez-like, and then a lot of plays have always come to him. Today, McDuffie's getting after it. Like, he is pursuing into the backfield. He is really, really strong performance by McDuffie today in lieu of Quay Walker. Really, really nice to see. Chris Hand, that is a good way to bounce back. Hopefully the injuries list will get back to being empty.
Kidding.
That's what life is about. Fight back.
That's
Amen.
right.
Amen. And the thing, like, let's see what the injury is with Kenny Clark. Let's see what the injury is with Watson, Yash. Those are the 3 new injuries today. Hopefully Rudy Ford and Quay Walker can get back sooner than later from their groin and other injuries, groin and calf. 4th and 2, Rams going for it. Ripping in shotgun. He takes the snap, rolls back. Oh, it's another deflection.
Almost intercepted, too.
Valentine nearly had his pick to go with Anthony Johnson Jr.'s, but instead, the ball hits the I love Valentine. But
he is kicking himself for not intercepting
and
that.
who got the deflection? Preston
Smith.
Preston got his big old
it just bounced right out of Valentine's
Valentine
hands.
should have had that. But the thing is now for the Packers, like, to steal a phrase from old coach Mike McCarthy, it's all about stacking success, right? And they've experienced success today. You're a young team. Build on it and experience success next week. There's still some concerns. The offense was still not great in the first half. Obviously, that was aided by some questionable penalty calls. And 2, they are still doing where a very good chunk of Love's throws are behind the line of scrimmage. I'd like to see that evolve. But still steps in the right direction. Emmanuel Wilson now getting some play.
And a pretty decent run through.
Yeah. Emmanuel Wilson runs right up the middle, gains about 5. Good to see Emmanuel Wilson get some carries now. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Steve, I think we should let our hair grow out like Watson's. I think you will be massively disappointed at the results that I have. Do you see? Where do you think these hairs are going to sprout from, Steve?
I also, I'm sorry. Our hair won't go out, though. I'm just going to point out the obvious,
Yeah.
but, our hair does not grow the same way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've worn my hair down been alive in a while. Normally I come home from work, but I think I got him beat yet. Not in going out this way, but otherwise
In
I got
length?
him beat.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would think you do. I lose. David, this is so much
If
fun.
we combine the beard and the
I still lose. This is so much fun watching you both react often in tandem. You're a joy to watch. Thank you, David. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I saw you looking at me. Mick,
I don't know what you're talking about.
when the linemen block, the Packers look respectable. You're absolutely right, Mick. I mean, that is a return to what they looked like in the first couple weeks of the year, right? There's only one drive that I can think of off the top of my head where an entire drive was ruined by constant breaking down of the pocket. The protection today has been much better. Now, the Rams are not the best pass rush in the world. Like, they do have Aaron Donald, for sure. But the guys around Aaron Donald don't generate much pressure. So, but again, you play who's on your schedule. This is still a huge step in the right direction for the Packers offensive. Chris, looking in the mirror, not a chance. Carry on then. I feel you. Like Pebbles, Watson has 3 injuries, poor guy, but he made a big play for us. Yeah.
That's true.
What are they saying about Watson? Can you update us, like Pebbles? What are they saying is the believed injury for Watson at this juncture? Peter, can we still consider Watson a wide receiver 1? I feel like Goot will try to get Pittman Jr. and T. Higgins during next free agency. It's possible. A lot of it's going to depend on where they actually finish in the standings. I think if they can have Marvin Harrison Jr., they're going to do it. I think if I don't think it would be shocking to see the Packers spend this offseason. It's this offseason, though. This one coming is not going to be a mass spending spree. Yes, they cleared Rasul's money off the books. Something will probably happen to give them $19 million from relieving David Bakhtiari's contract. something will probably happen with that. But they're going to wind up having some room. But if you're looking for the next year where they can actively go on a spending spree, you're looking 2025. That's when a lot of money comes off the books. So just bear that in mind. In terms of can Watson be a number one? Yeah. If he and Love get on the same page and he comes back to being the guy that he was at the tail end last year, he could be a number one. Sure. If he starts catching contested catches like he did last year and not this year, he'd be a lot closer to a number one. But right now, the Packers don't have a true bona fide number one. And I don't think they really need one either. Love just has to have the guys that he trusts. So toss there out to Emmanuel Wilson on 2nd 5, and it goes nowhere. Gain of maybe 1 for Wilson. Steve, I'm completely bald. Well, and you ain't getting that hair either. Joseph, agree with David. Thank you, Joseph. Yes. We do really appreciate it. Big Al, this is what happened when the Packers finally used the run game. But and not only that, but Aaron Jones being back and actually being used is a big deal. Because there was time 2 weeks ago where they gave Dylan carry after carry after carry. And the offense was better that week than other weeks, but it doesn't have the same zest, doesn't have the same life to it. Jones, they refer to Jones as the engine of the offense, and they do so for good reason. He's a natural playmaker who makes others around him look better. And without him there, they lack that.
3rd and 5 for the Packers.
Holy goodness. All right, 3rd and 5, Love and shotgun. Love going right. Whoa! Diving catch for Jaden Reed.
For a Packer. First down.
I mean, Love led Reed on the back shoulder. Maybe he led him a little too far because Reed had to bust his butt to get back to that ball.
But he did, and he got it.
But he did. And that is a completion and another first down for the Green Bay Packers.
In other news, like Hebbles, chest, back, and checking for concussion on Christian Watson.
Yikes. So not even realistically soft tissue stuff there. Yeah. I'll never call a guy injury prone for getting a concussion. Like, there is no muscle you can work out. There is no, they are just things that happen on the football field, right? Like, it's so, I think Reed actually made that catch. So I don't fault guys for injuries ever to begin with. I understand labeling guys injury prone, but I consider it to be no fault of their own. But a concussion, that's different business.
Are they?
Nothing you can do about that.
4th and 1.
4th and 1, 1:45 to go on the game clock. Are they going to tush push?
I think we're going to tush push.
They're going to tush push! They actually did the tush push, and it worked. Now, where's any offensive lineman offsides?
Did we get it?
No flag. No flag.
Oh, I love it.
And there goes the Rams last time out.
Oh, that was so good. I love it.
I really hope LaFleur was standing next to a ref going, huh?
Right.
Huh? You gonna call it this time?
I'm sorry. Can we just see the line? I wish that LaFleur was standing right at the line of scrimmage, just looking.
Just staring. Yeah, I love stat line beginning to look a lot better today, too. 20 of 26, 228 yards and 1 touchdown. And now a QB sneak for first down. It actually was his 3rd QB sneak for first down, but the first 2 didn't count. Minute 36 to go. Rams are out of timeouts. This game's over, y'all. Packers. Ooh. There we go, Emmanuel Wilson.
Finding there's a flag. But finding some holes in the line.
So let's go back to these. Let's see here. Peter drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors would be huge. Yeah. I'm inclined.
Holding on the offense.
Back it up. Scott, I think Wicks is going to be special. I like Wicks.
Oh, no, holding on the defense. I'm sorry.
Neat. Oh, wait. No, that's not. Oh. That graphic might have been wrong. Hold up. I don't know. McVay and the ref are talking. Okay, cool. Anyway, Scott, I I guess I'd hesitate to use the word special at this point, but like on the whole, I really am high on Wicks. His route running is exemplary. He finds ways to get open. Don't forget that year collegiately in 2021 that he had when he had like 1,400 yards receiving in college. And then he had a new coach, new quarterback, new everything for his senior year, and it didn't go well. If Wicks is right, if he's in the right spot, he can become a massively impactful player for the offense. Very, very high on him. And I'm glad today, too, we saw more targets for Wicks. We saw more involvement for Wicks today. I love that a lot. And I hope we see more of it going today.
Okay, so we're now second and 3.
Second and 3.
I have no idea what happened with.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. Hand it off to Emmanuel Wilson, who cuts right, and he finds some space. Emmanuel Wilson, gotta feel good for that rookie too. Big gain for Emmanuel Wilson. Packers all the way up darn near the 10.
Yeah.
Seeing if they can tack on to their score a little bit.
I'm really not sure what was happening with all those penalties, but we came out on top. There we go.
Patrice, a pretty good game today. A job well done. Amen, Patrice. Yes. Packers, it hasn't been perfect, but Packers correcting a lot of negative trends today. No doubt about that. Like Hebbles, did he get hit hard? I'm unable to see. No, not really. In terms of Watson, it's more like he extended up for a ball, came down with it, and then landed like it wasn't a hit. He landed hard on his back and head region.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much like he got drilled by a defensive back or anything. It's that it was just one of those where like his whole body kind of smacked onto the ground, and so it is what it is. Scott, thank you both so much. I love your show. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Scott. I love you being here.
Yeah. Wicks reminds me of a young Devontae. Time will say. And from a route running perspective, I understand.
I wouldn't mind.
Joseph, yay, tush push.
Tush push.
Like Hebbles, good win for the Green Bay Packers. These fans deserve it. Aww. That's true, we really do. But the team deserves it too, and that's what I'm more worried about, to be honest. This team needed this today. No doubt about it. They're coming out for handshakes. Real quick, I just want to give you a preview. Next Sunday at noon, the team is at Pittsburgh against the Steelers. Then the week after that, it's going to be Sunday, November 19th at home against the Los Angeles Chargers. That should be a very fun game. And then we're into Thanksgiving week where they take on Detroit at 11:30. We'll be here next week for another watch party as two prestigious organizations go against each other. And hey, I just want to say, no, thank you for the compliments towards the end of the stream here for those of you who are here for the long time. But on the regular videos too, if you can help me out, share, comment on them. Like the algorithm has made us suffer over the last month. Numbers have been dramatically down. Even if you have nothing to say, if you check out one of the videos for Lombardi Time Brews and you really enjoy it and you want to support us, we've been stung lately pretty bad by YouTube. So just even if the comment says hi, I will be happy to hi back. I don't comment back on every single video, but I do try. I'll hi back. But if you could, it would mean a lot to us to help get things revved up in the algorithm again, maybe help with a little growth. So Janelle, I saw a little improvement. I agree with you 100%. They wrote against some of the negative trends today. Was it perfect? No, but it was a step, and that's all they really needed. Until next time, we're almost there. Peter, you can count on me, John. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that. Anybody out there, just to help, help get us back into the good graces of YouTube, swing things on the uptick. So, but thank you so much for hanging out today. This was a very, very good win, 20-3 Green Bay Packers over the Los Angeles Rams. Very fun hanging out with you today. Very fun watching the Green Bay Packers get back on the winning track, now 3-5. We'll be here next Sunday taking on the Steelers. Thanks for being here, everybody. And until next time,
go Pack, go.